So, okay, before we start today's episode, there's two things we have to talk about. Now, what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the boring thing or the really...
Let's talk about the boring thing first.
Okay.
We have to keep the audience on the hook here for a little while.
Right. Yeah, because if we start with the steak, we're not going to get to the appetizer right here. This is the appetizer.
Absolutely.
This is the dark matches. So there's two dark matches on today's show, which is Superbrawl VII
From 1997.
Would you care to... They're both singles matches. Would you care to guess any of them?
Okay, this is 1997 WCW. This is kind of in my wheelhouse here. So I need to give it a whirl. There is one particular person we see show up later in the show who looks hilarious when he comes out. It's Lord Steven Regal. I'm going to guess him?
No, he's not.
Oh.
No.
Lord Regal has the night off.
He does.
I see. Okay.
He looks wonderful in his businessman attire, too.
He's tremendous. It's absolutely outstanding. What about Scotty Riggs?
No. Do
we have? Is it Michael Wall Street?
No, he's not there as well. But okay, so when you said Scotty Riggs, there's another guy with kind of like dark hair that we always confuse for somebody else on the roster, and he always seemed like he had some promise, but he kind of had a generic name.
Jim Powers.
Close. Another J name.
Jumpin' Joey Mags.
No, another one.
God, see, look at this. Man,
he had a lot of matches with Mongo. It seemed like
it wasn't Jeff Jarrett.
Well, and he's also a Latin.
Oh no,
he's a Latin wrestler.
It's and if you try to cheat my Latin, I will do something horrible. I have an evil past. And I may have an evil future if you mess with my Latin desperado Joe Gomez.
Yes.
And if you try to cheat my Latin, I will do something horrible. You know, I have an evil past, and I may have an evil future if you try to mess with my Latin. I'm not allowing it.
And the guy he takes on, actually, we see him during this pay-per-view, but he's in a promo for the next...
Hugh Morris.
Yes.
There you go. I was hoping it was a different uncensored promo we saw later, but it's not. No big deal.
So Hugh Morris defeats Joe Gomez in 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
That push for Joe Gomez going down the toilet in a hurry.
Right. Desperado. The second match... There is one guy is wearing a mask, but don't be so quick about thinking that he's from Mexico.
Mr. JL?
You're getting closer.
Oh.
At one time, he had all the title belts.
Oh, it's Ultimo Dragon.
Yes.
There we go.
And he defeats another wrestler of Asian descent, but he is formerly known as in a tag team in the WWF.
God, now I'm struggling.
And
here.
if you look at his last name quick enough, you think it actually is a Native American wrestler instead.
I don't El Gato mean cat? It's Pat Tanaka.
Sure is.
There you go.
You mean Pat Tatanka? What? Ultimo Dragon defeats Pat Tanaka 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Why was Pat Tanaka in the WCW in 1997?
Playing Jobber to the Stars, basically.
All right, I guess so.
He could show up on Worldwide and get a win over a legitimate jobber, but he was there to count the lights for all the other guys.
You count the stars while the ref counts 3. Hope you like the look of ceilings, because that's all you're going to see.
It's the 3 episodes in a row now where we've worked that in.
Can we go for 4?
We shall see.
So the biggest news that has broken, and I don't know if it's really confirmed because one side of the confirmation will probably stay radio silent on this, but this news was broken a couple days ago on Jim Cornette's podcast.
Oh boy.
First of all, I want to see this is the second appetizer to this because he brought up a story that I'd never heard, but he was dying laughing about it because I guess they had spoken out before. So in Wikipedia, there was a man who was impersonating Stan Lane years ago. In 2011, a man named Samuel Ticer from Memphis, Tennessee died. For many years, he'd been claiming he was actually Stan Lane. And when the obituary was released in newspapers, the real Stan Lane received several phone calls, including one from his former manager, Jim Cornette, about this situation. Stan Lane, the real Stan Lane, called the local newspaper in Memphis asking for a retraction since he obviously was still alive. And even went so far as to contact Samuel Ticer's widow, Anne Marie, who told him she believed her husband's story. This did not stop wrestling fans from showing up at Samuel Ticer's funeral, and apparently at Mr. Ticer's funeral, he had pictures of the Fantastics in action. He pretended to his wife that he was Stan Lane in the Fantastics, even though he obviously was not.
Jesus Christ!
And now we flash forward. This seems to be this is every 10-year event. In 2021, a paternity suit involving Stan Lane that was first revealed in 2013 resurfaced. A Facebook post from a wrestling fan group concerning a gathering taking place in Florida accused Stan Lane of being the father of current United States Representative Lauren Boebert, who was raised in Florida and was still living there at the time. Jim Cornette, on his Cornette Drive-Thru podcast with Brian Last, Cornette was asked to comment on the situation. Cornette noted that Lane was living in Florida around the time of Boebert's possible conception, which would have been around sometime in the early 1986, but expressed doubt due to claim due to a past negative paternity test. Is Stan Lane the father of Lauren Boebert?
Cornette's talking through the logic when he was answering this question on the podcast was hilarious. Because he's Cornette, he's an encyclopedia of dates and times and all this shit. And he's walking through and he's like, well, Stan would have been in Tennessee. Wait a minute. No, he would have been in Florida. God damn.
Didn't he say that he wasn't allowed in the state of Florida because of that another paternity test?
He wanted to get out of Florida because of that. That was the deal. That was the deal. Here's the thing about Stan Lane. First of all, there's a ton. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Mm-hmm. There is a ton of smoke here. I mean, it is a haze across the city because there's so much smoke going on here. Here's the deal. There's a Facebook post from 2013, and that's one thing. There are comments on a Fabulous One's YouTube video from 13 years ago? Mm-hmm. It's 12 or 13 years ago, where the name of the person who is commenting on the video is the same name as this congresswoman's mother. All right, same name. And she was working stiff on Stan Lane in the YouTube comments.
Well, it's only fair because he did that to her earlier.
But I mean, she was going off. And you have to keep this in mind. And this is a 100% shoot. Nobody, and I mean nobody, in mid to late 80s Crockett pulled more ass than Sweet Stan Lane. And yes, that includes Nature Boy Ric Flair. Ric Flair had appearances to keep up, so he had to be selective in the trim in which he, hung around with. Right. Stan Lane didn't have that. He didn't have to, keep up appearances. So it was open season for Sweet Stan Lane. And look, the famous story is that Flair only trained one person of all time. It was Sweet Stan Lane, and how Stan Lane caught his eye was how many broads that was hanging around Stan at the beach.
Right.
And if you impress Ric Flair with the number of women that you have around you, my God, I mean, you can't even begin to quantify this stuff.
Right, he's trying to. He wanted to train him because he wanted to get into his wake while he
exactly.
Hey, shit! Look at all this. Look at all this he's pulling.
Absolutely.
This is hilarious, and I love that Cornette called him also the gangsta of love.
He called him that for years.
Yes,
and it was a shoot. It was a shoot then. It's a shoot now. Wallace Stanfield Lane it putting in work all these years later. Here's the thing: I cannot say this is false. I cannot say it's 100% true,
right?
But I think it's like 95% true. I think there's at least a 95% chance that this story is completely legit. I am going 95% chance that this is legit.
Of all the people, how this is the absolute fun. What the we're only in February of 2021. Like, if this is a sign of what the hell's going on, January was nuts. February is insane. What's to come?
I don't want to know. I don't want to. I mean, we're almost to the point where it's aliens landing, and that's it. That's basically.
But if it's aliens landing, are we even gonna bat an eye? We're like, whatever. We
probably won't. Probably won't.
They show up in Washington. Don't worry, the rednecks already came here first.
Yeah. So there was one of the comments on the YouTube video was like, "Oh well, she looks just like Stan's mom."
That's what I heard.
Well, now I want to see a picture of Stan Lane's mom. Now I want to compare.
Because, you got to say, Lauren Boebert, it doesn't matter. She's the gun-toting crazy. She's a lunatic.
Yeah.
But she's an attractive broad, I will say that.
She's a good-looking gal.
Yeah, and...
crazy as hell. Absolutely.
Obviously, the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree as...
There you go. Absolutely.
He's a handsome man, all right?
He's a good-looking guy.
What was that story about him and baby oil or something like that? Where somebody was walking back to their
talk
hotel
about
room.
Baby oil later in the show. Did he show
random parts of people have baby oil during this show as well?
But was he on the beach? He came down to the beach with a tray of Bloody Marys and 2 bottles of baby oil.
Yes, very good. I'll have a Bloody Mary and a steak sandwich and a steak sandwich, please. Very good, sir.
What it was?
I don't know. I thought
think that's what it was.
Somebody was walking back to their hotel room and they saw Stan walking in with a bunch of baby oil.
with two huge bottles of baby oil. Fucking Stan Lane. Oh my God.
Maybe he saved her from drowning, the mom. Potentially, and then
maybe very good point.
And then drowned her somewhere else.
Jesus Christ!
Like you said, with Cornette, when he was piecing it together, he was talking slowly. He's piecing together in his head, and he's just like, "Oh shit!"
But wait a minute. We go back. How old is Lauren Boebert, the congressperson?
She is currently 34. She was born December.
She was born? She was born
in
a crossfire hurricane.
December 15th, 1986.
Well, Stan was living in Charlotte. He wasn't. He was living in Florida.
1985. That's right.
He was living in Florida for the entire year of 1986.
Well, no, it would have been 85. She was born December 86, so it would have been 1986. That's right.
Yeah, he was living in Florida because that was right before he joined the Midnight Express and moved to Charlotte. Now, I don't think we should be casting aspersions because, hey, what are the chances that Stan Lane, sweet Stan Lane, the gangster of love, in 1986, living in the state of Florida, being a professional wrestler, would have sexual relations just on a frivolous basis? What are the odds?
Yeah, exactly.
Because at first he's denied. No, denied. No way. No. Oh boy. Oh God. And did Cornette say, I don't know about her promo skills because she might not be up to Stan Lane's level on this.
Yeah, I don't know. Can she dick dance like Stan Lane? That's the question.
But does she know karate?
I just dropped the microphone. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. We've been joking around about the various karate skills here on Time Limit Draw for a few years. If there's any member of Congress who knows white trash karate, it's this girl.
But she may have betrayed her background of karate and besmirched her father because her father has turned his back to her, and that's why she's turned to the gun.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, very good point. So here's the thing. If you look on her Wikipedia page, there is no reference to her father whatsoever.
Ooh.
Zero. None. But here's the thing. If this wasn't the case, somebody could go and easily, put who her father is in there. But if she doesn't know,
right.
That's the thing. If she doesn't know, we have a ton of evidence from her mother herself saying as such.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't I believe this? I've got more evidence here to convict than the U.S. Senate did on Trump.
What I plan on doing, and I don't know if anyone else has really done, and maybe you want to as well, whenever Lauren Boebert tweets, we should probably reply with either pictures or GIFs of Stan Lane.
Jesus Christ. My God. We could go through and get all the Stan Lane shimmies. God, we're doing it.
We're doing it. Got it.
We're doing it. You just talked me into it. Operation Gangsta of Love commences this evening.
The not the Midnight Rider, but the Midnight Express. Juicy.
Juicy.
Her mama was a freaky dog.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. With that
we are off the rails.
With that being said, let's start the show.
The following episode of Time Limit Draw is brought to you by Boomer Shine GMC. Drop by today to test drive a pickup for you or the enforcer in your life.
Better believe it, I'm back.
Guess who's knocking on the door?
Fans, we've heard a lot about Oz.
Fried chicken.
I kind of like Scotty Flamingo better. I think he's a little more exotic looking.
Back together again, Scotty and Rick. Oh, yeah.
Big deal. You even got State Patrol. State Patrol? This happened yesterday in the Cincinnati game. Big Daddy Wilkerson had to carry him off on a stretcher.
What's wrong with me is a guy that used to be yoked that ain't yoked no more.
One time I was in Bangkok and the Asians love to gamble.
I can't imagine spending a night in Bangkok, I can tell you that.
Oh, I can. I've done it a couple times.
I'll break up a marriage just like I'm shooting dice, brother.
Went down to Boomer Shine GMC, got me this little toy. A little while I'm gonna go tear that mountain up.
Because I got something in my pocket that needs to be laid upside your head.
We're the tag team of the 90s. This is our destiny.
I am with the program, yeah!
Everybody knows what a man with a pair of black gloves on is capable of doing, dude. What's JYD seating people? He looks like a waiter out there in that white tuxedo.
At the present time, he's in meditation. He is calling the powers of the mystic Orient into his own being.
The difference between y'all and us is y'all care about all them goofy yard apes, snot-nosed kids, used to be wannabe 9-to-5 pot-bellied men out there. We could give a hill of beans about them.
A dipshit like you've got nothing to say about it, buddy.
Oh, boy, he laid it. Look at him. Oh, boy, he laid his old tight ass out. Look at him.
Dig, Sergeant.
There ain't nothing on God's green earth with 4 wheels that we can't drive. And there ain't nothing with 4 legs that we can't ride.
I'm the 1998 Cannonball Champion of Spring Break.
Superbrawl. 2 cages. 2 cages. Almost. Superbrawl. Superbrawl.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Welcome down. Welcome down.
Hello and welcome back to Time Limit Draw. I am the Golden Voice, James Ryan.
I'm United States Congressman Mikey Watson. What's going on?
Happy Valentine's Day to all you ladies out there, including you, Lauren Boebert.
Yes. What do you think Stan got Mom for Valentine's Day?
A cease and desist order.
When's her birthday? Can we figure out like when she would have been conceived?
Oh, shit.
Well, they said early 86.
Yeah.
Is it February of 86?
Okay, we do that, and then we have to figure out if he worked that night as well.
Oh man, yeah, we're going down the rabbit hole. We're not going to get to the show tonight. No. It's just December 15th, 86. So we're talking like, what's that? March 15th, 86 would have been.
Oh man, it's so close to a Valentine's Day conception.
Almost, yeah.
Oh man.
Almost.
Could have been. Wait, when's St. Patrick's Day? Isn't that the 14th?
March 17th.
Okay, all right. Well, a little before.
Oh man.
Stan Lane gets blackout drunk on St. Patrick's Day.
Did they have green beer back in 86?
They had green beer. That's, I think, from the beginning of time. That's the worst.
Oh man.
That's the worst thing ever. Green beer. Oh my God.
I had it once. I'll never have it again.
I've seen horrible things that come up with green beer after you've had a bunch. I'll just say that. And it wasn't on me. I've had one. I refuse to drink anymore. I've seen the streets were painted green, let's just say.
I've had 2 really bad hangovers in my life. One of them was after the green beer.
Ugh. What was the other one? A homeless man margarita?
Gee, come on.
Come on now.
No, the homeless man margarita is great.
I know when the other one was. It was probably in Vegas that one night.
No, it was not that night. Okay. I wasn't the one hungover that night.
maybe it was that young Hubcaps rap show. Who did somebody make a gif of your brother dancing?
Wait, y'all are dirty, man. Y'all are bad.
He's doing the shimmy too. He's dancing like Master P.
he was dancing like Master P.
Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
I'll let you hear me.
he was all right. I won't throw him under the bus anymore. Do it. No. Was he the only white guy in the Rough Riders video? I think he was.
Yo, he might have been. He might have been the one white guy.
All right. Today's pay-per-view that we are reviewing is WCW Superbrawl VII.
Superbrawl. No cages.
No cages whatsoever, but lots of baby oil.
Lots of baby oil indeed.
This first occurred February 23rd, 1997 in San Francisco, California.
Yeah, they're going out to the West Coast.
Woo, woo! That's the first time that a pay-per-view has ever been in San Francisco, and we are at the Cow Palace.
The historic Cow Palace.
Yes.
As they call it later in the show, the Mecca of pro wrestling on the West Coast.
I wrote that down. You best believe it.
I don't even know what Mecca means.
Former home of the San Jose Sharks their first couple years in the NHL.
That's right.
The attendance tonight. I don't even know what Mecca means. I heard that. Don't worry about it. I didn't know sell you. You know, it's funny. There's stuff that you say, and I hear it. I don't hear it on the first go around, but I hear it on the editing. And so, like, there's times when I have to I'll lower my audio and I'll boost yours so you get your joke in, because I feel like I do it. And it's me. I'm laughing when I'm editing because I'm like, how did I miss that one? Because I won't shut up. Attendance, 13,324 people.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stay tuned.
I was going to say something.
I beat you to it.
Okay. All right. So the attendance for today's event is 13,324 people. And it looked packed.
It was a legit crowd. Legit crowd.
Good on them. And they're happy to be here. Excited that WCW has finally made it to the West Coast.
Yeah, I don't know how excited they'll be by the end of the show.
Right.
So
taglines for today's event. There's 2 taglines. The big one will hit San Fran when the big boys play. In California, we don't like really talking about the big one hitting.
The big one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not like the big ones that on the remember the Whack Arnold skit on Chappelle Show when he was talking about the big one. That's not that kind of big one.
The leanest burger in the world is the meanest burger in the world.
If you cook it that way. Hey, can you go down to the store and get some condoms? Oh, get the big ones. You're fucking right.
So the second tagline of this is "Get ready for the Rumble."
Now, damn it, pal. That's my word, damn it.
Obviously, they can say Rumble, they can't say Royal Rumble, and okay. So we open the pay-per-view.
Did you see the guy? Did you see the guy off his shift at the Foot Locker in the front row? I know you did. You can't miss him.
Well, you sent me the picture last night. First of all, in this picture, there's a sign that says "Pick me honky," which I thought was, you
just thought it was somebody talking shit about white folks.
Yes, exactly.
No, that's talking about the stupid honky tonk man looking for his protege angle over on Raw, which turned out to be Rockabilly. But I'm saying there's that guy. But then we always talk about time traveling fans on the show. Right. I think we have. It's not a time traveling fan. I think it's relatives of future fans on the show. The guy next to Foot Locker guy. In the Nike shirt, that's got to be the father of Undertaker 21-1 guy. The glasses, the bug eyes, it looks just like him.
All y'all look.
Come on, no, it ain't that. I didn't say Butch Reed off his shift at Foot Locker looked like him. I said the guy next to him looked like him. Come on.
I take that back. He does look very. I will say he does look that similar, and the proof's in the pudding because he's got the big glasses too.
Yeah, proof's in the pudding. You know how the cow eats the cabbage.
But he also looks like a young Mike Singletary too. So I don't know.
He wasn't coaching San Francisco yet.
Well, considering it's funny because you said that Butch Reed Foot Locker, I said that he looks like a Refrigerator Perry. Which then it all ties in because Mongo Baby is on tonight's pay-per-view,
We got the Bears represented tonight, my friend. Let me tell you, sports fans.
We got the Monsters of Midway sitting front and center, baby.
Got Refrigerator Perry, Mike Singletary.
Where's Richard Dent? He's probably at the concession stand. That boy hungry. He can eat.
Hey, I didn't even think about the possibility that it could actually be Chicago Bears there to see Mongo.
Right.
Did not even put those pieces together.
I just thought of that myself.
That's great.
We'll see more of them later tonight as well.
Yes, we will.
So we open up the pay-per-view and we are on the Rock, Alcatraz.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And Roddy Piper is in a cell. He apparently has spent the last 7 days and nights in Alcatraz behind bars to get tough.
There's... what the hell? Alcatraz is closed at this point.
Exactly. It's been long gone. It's already been closed. It probably closed in like the 80s or the late 70s or
I thought it was like late
that?
70s, but I
okay.
don't know. Eastwood had already escaped from Alcatraz, so...
Great movie.
Yeah, really good.
We got a bunch of guys in nondescript guard outfits. I really thought that maybe one of them was going to be the boss man. I thought that because I think he's under contract for WCW at the moment.
Well, yeah, he is because they thought that DDP laid him out. They talk about that later. So he got written off. He could have been a guard.
That's right. And then the other guy I thought who could be there. I don't know if this one is under contract. He might be going from back and forth. Is I am an international law enforcement officer. He should have. Jacques Rougeau should have been behind bars.
You can't do this to me. You want the finger? Here's the finger. Yeah, they could have. God, all the Easter eggs. They could have had Boss Man, Jacques Rougeau, and Nails all in the same.
Nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Pay Nails to come in for a one-off. Come on. It's all right there.
You know he would have done that.
Absolutely.
So he's dirty, he's gross, his shirt is ripped. Why does he also have caked with, like, he's got white face?
Oh no. It's better than blackface at WrestleMania 6. Jesus.
Half blackface.
Half blackface. Hot Rod the Hot Scott. That's right.
So yeah, it looks like he's either been rolling around in some white powder or something like that. I don't know.
The man was in isolation at Alcatraz for 7 days. You don't think he brought some cocaine? Come on.
some contraband. He snuck it in his prison wallet.
Oh Jesus. Holy shit.
So he gets out. He's released. There's multiple guards. He walks down the stairs to the outside to the courtyard, and he's stumbling around,
running in his Reeboks. By the way, his kilt and Reeboks.
He looks like he's wearing his Reebok cross trainer pumps. It's great.
Jesus.
In his kilt too. And then so he gets to the boat to go back to San Francisco to leave The Rock.
Yes.
And he starts yelling out stuff, just
incoherent gibberish.
Sharks! And I thought he was talking about John Tenta, possibly. Because he's a man. He's not a shark.
It's a 500-pound
avalanche. Man. And then the greatest thing ever, so he stands up on the bow of the boat and he grabs the flagpole or the pole or whatever it is, and he starts yelling out, "I'm gonna get you, Hogan!" And he screams out, "I'm coming!"
So fucking stupid.
You see, it's time to pay the piper now. I didn't spend 7 days in hell for nothing. And Hogan, you're an extinction. You're an endangered species. Now get that thing out of my face. Goodbye! San Francisco! Hogan, I be your date! Sharks. My sharks. I'm coming!
And that's the screen cap that I'm sure you've seen. It's floated around Twitter. Yeah, they screen grabbed it with a subtitle of him just screaming out, "I'm coming!" And it's if you've never seen this pay-per-view, if you've never didn't know what the hell was going on, you wouldn't know what the fuck Roddy Piper was doing.
We watched the pay-per-view. I still don't know what the fuck he was doing. Here's the thing, and this is hilarious because I was expecting to see this later in the show. But I think that WCW realized this was so fucking stupid, they completely just wrote it out of history like immediately, which is hilarious given that it's not the first time they did this with Piper. Because of course the month later Piper did his tryouts.
Oh, that's
for his uncensored team wher they brought all the jabronis in and John Tenta. Speaking of John Tenta,
yeah.
So I don't think it wasn't the Nitro. I think it might have been the 2 Nitros before this. Like the NWO left Piper, as just a blabbering ball of jello, and he got hauled off on a stretcher. And Piper starts incoherently yelling while he's like tied down to the stretcher in Gaelic. Nobody could understand what it is. And Shivani's like, what's he saying? He's speaking a foreign language. What's he saying? And they brought in this, I don't remember if it was an old man or an old couple, but I mean like legit like in their 70s or 80s. And they did a sit down like interview with these folks who we've never seen these people before, ever, to translate what he was saying. And basically, the thing was, is the translation came out to, and Shivani was like he was so adamant and so insistent that this was very, very deep meaning and all this. The battle is not over until you get home. It didn't get referenced one time on this pay-per-view, and they dedicated a full Nitro segment and like either a follow-up segment on Nitro or a main event segment on Saturday night to this stupid angle with Piper speaking Gaelic and them having to translate it, building up to this show, and they never talked about it.
Definitely don't remember that part. They did mention something about him speaking Gaelic tonight.
There was a Gaelic reference, but they didn't mention anything else about it. It was like a throwaway line.
So so he's basically speaking in tongues. So did he get that power when he visited the Dungeon Master?
It's not hot.
It's not hot. It's fucking hot.
Oh man, that's great. Tremendous.
I didn't know that the Scots technically spoke Gaelic. I thought Gaelic was really relegated to Ireland or Wales.
I don't know.
So, but I just looked online and it's cleared. It's been approved. The Scots, there's a portion of Scotland that does speak. I think it's about half of Scotland that actually has ties to Gaelic and stuff like that.
Okay. Well,
the shit they did with Piper, it always seemed, it was just so like, just keep it simple.
Well, I think that's why, just getting back to the show here, I think that's why I don't remember anything about the show. I remember not being excited for this show in the least little bit. I had no interest as in Roddy Piper main eventing.
Especially for the title. Sure, you can have it for non-title with he and Hogan, in a grudge match or something like that, but not with the title on the line.
Yeah, come on.
Especially with, on the other channel, 1997, who's our champion right there? That's, we got Brett, we got Shawn, and
at the moment, motherfucking Sid's your champion.
Okay, well, there you go. We all know about that.
Absolutely.
Well, we heard a lot about Sid. The announced team for tonight is Tony, Schiavone, Dusty Rhodes, and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Dusty with his red jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who that guy in the red leather jacket? I tell you, one day we will do one of those World War IIIs, and it's the funniest thing ever when he sees himself on the screen. Who that guy? Who that handsome guy?
There's a sign in the crowd I saw at some point later talking about Dust Ebonics.
Yes, I saw that too. I didn't see the full thing of it. But I said Bobby the Brain Heenan looks a little sober right now at the moment. It's early in the show, so.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time to go. Dusty and Bobby were good tonight.
Yo, they were on fire. And they to a point where even Tony was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. There is a sign over Tony's shoulder that says, Dirty Rats in the House.
Calm down, Stan Lane.
First match of the evening, it's going to be for the Cruiserweight title, but the backstory of this is Syxx, who is the contender, he has been stealing belts recently. He stole the U.S. title from Eddie Guerrero, and then he stole the Cruiserweight title from Dean Malenko.
Yes, so there's beef here.
Lots of beef. Syxx comes out with the Cruiserweight belt, and Dean Malenko comes out. He is the uncrowned champion.
He's the champion. Yes, he doesn't have the belt.
Yeah. And the crowd is they're pretty hot for both these guys coming out.
Yeah, again, you mentioned this first time pay-per-views ever come to San Fran for the company, and they're jacked up. They're ready to get going. These are two guys that can go. They got a good opener.
And this is the time where Tony says that the Cow Palace is the mecca of pro wrestling.
I don't even know what mecca means.
Dean gets in the ring and immediately goes after Syxx. Just beats the absolute shit out of Syxx.
Yeah, he's not here for the bullshit, even to the point where his first pinfall attempt, he pulls him up at 2. Says, fuck this shit. The crowd loves that.
He does it twice as well, so.
Good shit.
The guy in the Steve Young jersey in the front row is going crazy.
Oh, that's right. There is a guy in Steve Young and the 49ers jacket. He's decked out.
Yes. And toward the end of the evening, he drops the jacket and he's just in the jersey.
Yeah, it gets a little hot.
A little hot. Especially when you're up and down all the time.
Absolutely.
Malenko hits a beautiful brainbuster for a 2 count.
Always likes his brainbuster.
That's when I realized, and I saw the fan in the ref jersey, or the ref shirt. Like you said, he got off his shift from Foot Locker. Dean with an awesome looking power slam off the ropes.
Yeah, man. These two guys got good chemistry together.
This match, they're good. It just doesn't seem. There's parts in this match where it kind of dies a little bit. Syxx goes for the sleeper hold a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why they kept going to the sleeper. I'm not quite sure what that was.
I like that Syxx lands upside. He runs at Dean Malenko at the turnbuckle. Dean moves. He lands upside down at the turnbuckle. Kind of tree of woes himself. Dean drop kicks his knee.
And Syxx sells it the rest of the match very well.
Mm-hmm. He wants the Texas Cloverleaf. Syxx gets out of that. Dean does a crossbody on Syxx at the ropes, and they both go over the top rope.
Do you think? And you're talking about how there's some spots here. I really like Syxx as the scuzzy shithead heel. Does this match work better if you flip the dynamic and Malenko's working as the heel and Waltman's the babyface? Because if it was switched, I think that these two guys could put on, an all-time classic.
Okay.
Because like I said, I like Waltman. He's one of those guys that it's like 50-50 whether I like him as a babyface or a heel. Lots of guys I prefer one way or the other. But whether he's babyface underdog 1 2 3 Kid, or babyface underdog X-Pac, or crybaby heel 1 2 3 Kid, or shitbag heel Syxx, he's great either way. And I find Malenko's work better as a heel just because of that personality he carries. The character itself just works better as a heel because he doesn't have that natural connection with the crowd. And I think that's probably the one thing missing from this match. But that's not to say that the match didn't work. I just think there's another level they could find if it was flipped.
Right, and it seems like the only time that the crowd really, well, maybe not the only time, but the crowd really loved Dean when he was going up against somebody like Jericho, who was such a shithead. Even though the crowd loved Jericho, but they, remember when he took off the mask?
You love to cheer against Jericho.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so, did Dean benefit that? Was it because it was Dean, or was it Dean because it was he benefiting because it was Jericho? I don't know.
I think there was some. It was because it was Jericho. Jericho was on the heater of a lifetime at that point. Jericho made himself millions of dollars with that 6-8 month run as the conspiracy victim. That run got him his WWF contract.
There is a grandma in the front row.
Oh, there is. Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Sparkly jacket too.
Wrestling crowds need more grandmas in the front row. It's a lost art.
This was an interesting front row when we saw it. There were a bunch of kids.
It was very diverse.
It was. There's a couple kind of the Smark fans that are in the background as well. You can see there's kids. There's parents that have brought their little kids.
There's a couple of young couples. I love diverse wrestling crowds are the best. That's what you need. I don't need all of the old grandmas who still think it's real in the crowd. I just need a few of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
And a few shithead Smarks in the crowd. That's fine. I just don't want them overwhelming everybody else. You need grandmas and you need kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Dean catches Syxx's leg. Syxx goes for a kick. He jumps up in the air and kicks Dean with the other foot.
That was a good spot. I liked that.
1 2 3 Kid used to do that a lot too.
Yep.
Where he'd catch him on an insecurity, but then get him like that, or throw him up in the air, kind of like a flapjack almost, and then he gets you with a drop kick in the midair.
What a maneuver!
Syxx gets the good back kick. He wants the Bronco Buster and hits it. Not a fan of the Bronco Buster, but whatever.
No, and he's not using that as like a finisher or anything, but I think he's getting close to the point where that would be what you consider a signature move for his.
Yeah, because he didn't. I don't think he did that as the 1 2 3 Kid. Did he?
I don't think so.
Maybe he did it when he was a heel. I don't remember.
It might have been at the very end as he was a heel. I know it wasn't as a babyface.
This is a moment in sports history as we get Tony gives a shout out to Steve Young, Jerry Rice, and Barry Bonds, who just signed a contract with the Giants.
Let me ask you, maybe it happened and I missed it. How did we never get Barry Bonds on a pro wrestling show? I mean, if there was ever a shithead athlete heel to come off the street and pop a big time rating or a buy rate, Barry Bonds in the late 90s up to the mid 2000s could have done that number.
We know from stories that he was a just horrible teammate to a lot of his teammates.
He was an absolute asshole.
Jeff Kent fucking hates his fucking guts.
Yep.
To the point where he left the Giants to go to LA.
Yeah, exactly.
Barry Bonds, did he have the understanding that he was a shithead heel? Kind of like Rodman knew that he could dial it up, and he could be a babyface or he could be a heel. People, especially in the NBA. Did Barry Bonds have that understanding? Did he grasp that, or was he just so egotistical?
I don't think he did early. But by the early 2000s, I think he realized how he came off to his teammates, and ultimately embraced it and said, "Fuck them. I'm gonna get mines."
Yeah, exactly. So this is where we start the sleeper holds du jour.
Is this where we get the 1, 2, 3 sucks chant?
Okay, yes. No, it's a little after. I think I wrote that. Yes, it's a little after. So Syxx hits a brainbuster. He gets a top rope leg drop, gets a 2 count, and this is
that top rope leg drop was legit because he was like 2/3 of the way across the ring.
That was beautiful.
That was awesome.
And we go back into the sleeper hold, and it's enough that the fans now start doing. There's one guy who starts yelling, 1, 2, 3. And everyone around him starts yelling, "Sucks!"
That was good. I applaud the effort of the 1, 2, 3 guy.
They did it they ran it through a bunch of times
they did,
too.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other guys were started picking up on the sucks as well. When they finished it, everyone around them started clapping like, "Hey, good job. We did that." That was a really fun team effort.
That was good stuff. I like when the fans that don't show up together team up together. That's always good.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Wrestling brings us all together.
It does.
Good wrestling brings us all together. Bad wrestling leads us to fucking dumbass arguments on Twitter.
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Dean gets his own sleeper, and then they kind of get out of it, and they knock heads on the ropes. So Syxx gets crotched at the top turnbuckle.
There are a few guys that take a crotch shot better than Sean Waltman.
Mm-hmm.
He went all out on that. It was really good.
Now, you notice he did it at the top turnbuckle, not at the top rope, which is the move we will see in almost every match tonight.
Yes.
Dean hits a beautiful belly-to-belly, well, sort of, suplex. Whoops. I think Syxx was trying to turn it to do a crossbody, and they both whiffed on it.
I don't know how it happened, but yeah, Waltman overshot it, basically. It worked because I think it was supposed to go into a pinfall. It worked though because it was a reversal or a counter anyway.
Right. So both men were down and they kind of restarted. X-Pac or Syxx sees the cruiserweight belt, which is in by one of the corners. He grabs that and he's going to use it on Dean because I think the referee is a little. The referee got his eye poked or something like that.
Referee Mark Curtis, yes, he got hit. It was a side swipe or something.
And so he's about to use the title belt on Dean, and Eddie Guerrero runs down to assist Dean Malenko. He grabs the title belt from the outside, and Syxx and Eddie have a tug of war.
We have tug of war.
And Dean Malenko sees this. And he goes, Eddie, "What are you doing?" And Eddie lets go of it. And boom, the momentum takes the title shot right to Dean's face. KO'd. 1, 2, 3. Syxx wins the Cruiserweight title.
2 things about the climactic finals. Actually 3. Or maybe it's 2. I don't know. I don't care. 1, the spot itself. He nailed him with the belt. That was a great shot. And the plate on the title belt hit Malenko dead in the face.
Yes, it did.
It was perfect. The second part of it, yes, it's only 2 things. The second part of it is that the dynamic of the spot is supposed to be where Guerrero and they're both pulling on it, and Guerrero letting go of the belt means that Syxx's momentum swings the belt back at Malenko. Mm-hmm. But if you watch it, and I went back and watched it twice to try to figure this out and see how legit it was, the tension on the belt isn't there when Guerrero lets the belt go. Okay. Syxx just uses the belt. So if you want to say, "Oh man, Guerrero fucked up," you can say that, but if you go back and look at the video evidence, it's not there. No, Guerrero let go of the belt. Syxx used it. But going forward, it's that they use that as kind of a talking point building up to the next show, because Malenko's pissed at Guerrero. He blames Guerrero for fucking up, and Guerrero's like, no, I didn't do it. I didn't fuck up. I was down there trying to help you out. And if you look at it, it wasn't Guerrero's fault that Syxx hit him with the belt. Syxx hit him with the belt anyway. Now, had Guerrero not been down there, the referee wouldn't have been on the other side, not seeing him get hit with the belt, maybe. Mm-hmm. But you can play it. The booking is the working of that little spot makes it where you can book it either way. Where you could say Malenko is overreacting to the interference because Guerrero was actually trying to help, or you could say Guerrero was being a dickhead because he went down there and fucked it over.
Right.
It's vague enough where it may have been a blown spot. Maybe it was supposed to look better than that, but it didn't, and they booked it where you could play it either way. And it wound up leading to a really, really fucking awesome Malenko Guerrero match at Uncensored. Unlike any of the other Malenko Guerrero matches I've ever seen. It's my favorite of all of them because it's not a spot fest. It's a brawl.
Okay.
And it was really good too.
Well, Bobby the Brain Heenan says it was all La Bamba's fault.
Yeah, I always loved what he called him, La Bamba.
So that match was 11 minutes and 57 seconds. A good opener. I wish it had been a little more fast-paced. I think the multiple sleeper holds really took away from some heat, but the crowd was still into it.
Yeah, good. It was a good match. It got the crowd into it. The crowd was definitely vested in the guys in the ring. I wish it could have gotten to that next level like we talked about, but I'm not going to complain. There'll be plenty to complain about later in the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The early complaints get swept under the rug.
Yeah.
So Mean Gene is in the locker room. He's backstage. It's hotline time. He says that he saw a member of WCW at breakfast with the entire NWO.
Okay, so here's the deal. If he's a WCW employee, wouldn't he sound the alarm here if it was something? Or is Okerlund's just out to get his? Because he's got to pimp his hotline.
He probably has he owes some money to bookies.
Well, they said they were at a hotel in outside of San Francisco. I was thinking they might have been at a hotel in Vegas. Flew up private jet for the show.
Oh,
let's not act like that. That's what Flair said. That's what they used to go when they went to the West Coast. They'd open up shop in Vegas and they'd fly to San Fran. They'd fly to San Diego. They'd fly to L.A. They'd fly to Phoenix.
Wonderful.
And then they'd go home.
Those are they're quick flights. I'll
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you set up shop in Vegas?
Exactly. But yeah, Okerlund at the breakfast buffet, absolutely in Vegas, absolutely.
With his binoculars, oh yeah,
and his trench coat.
I gotta pay. I missed that trifecta this past weekend. I gotta make some money. So it's obviously not the person who's gonna come out because he doesn't say it. It's DDP.
It is DDP, fresh off his. We're a few weeks into the DDP turning on the Outsiders at Superdome in the famous spot. Top 10 Nitro moment ever.
Yes.
Fucking awesome.
Puts the shirt on. Everybody's cheering. Nash turns around. Boom! Diamond cutter to Hall.
Yep. Clotheslines Nash over the top. Nash falls through the table that's at ringside. Awesome. Place went bonkers. Turned him into a main eventer overnight. It was awesome. I
love kind of indignant DDP. Who's just whatever.
Oh man, that was why his babyface push worked, because he really didn't change what he was doing. He was the same shithead he'd always been, and he ran with it for months before. It was probably almost a year before the heelish persona of DDP really started wearing off.
Mm-hmm.
He'd still cheat and all that shit. We said that we said the same thing about Bret Hart when Bret Hart turned babyface. He still did all the same cheap shit that he used to do with the Hart Foundation. Yeah, it was great. And that's why the Steve Austin babyface turn worked, because he didn't change who he was either.
Right.
That's what you got to do. DDP here with his new DDP shirt. They finally got him a shirt, and just blowing everybody off. And hey, no big deal. I got this shit. NWO ain't shit. It's awesome. It's good stuff.
He calls Eric Bischoff Eric Bisquick.
Maybe he's back making pancakes.
Sapphire, she's not here tonight.
Neither's Aunt Jemima anymore.
No, yeah, that's right. What's it called? It's called some like weird name now.
It was something. Oh, it was Pearl Milling. We thought it was Pearl River. Pearl River Surf.
Ahmed Johnson pancakes.
Ahmed Johnson's pancakes. There may have been an Ahmed Johnson promo in the production meeting.
When you eat a plate of these pancakes, they going down.
Did he have the cigar here when he cuts the
Not
promo?
yet. No. He had it on the
Okay.
walkout. Yeah. So DDP says he's going to have a match. He knows that he's going to have a match with the NWO, with an NWO member, but he doesn't know who it is.
So he starts going by process of elimination who it's going to be.
Come on in, Diamond Dallas Page, if you will. Diamond Dallas Page, you take a look. Your side of this card tonight, but at this juncture, and I'm getting some conversation in my earpiece, we don't know who you're going to be facing. Somebody from the NWO.
Yeah, right. You know, Eric Bishquick really cracks me up. We don't know who I'm facing. Let's go through the list. Hollywood Hulk Hogan got his hands full with Mr. Piper. My good buddies Hall and Nash.
Couldn't be them.
They could be giant-sized.
They could.
Syxx, he just wrestled. I know he ain't got the guts to get in there with me right now at all. Who else we got?
Well, you could take a look at Big Bubba, but thanks to somebody, and Lord knows I would not point an accusing finger.
You think he's got a lawsuit probably for falling in that manhole?
Manhole.
He must, I swear. You know, you have Vincent, you got Wall Street. Yeah, maybe.
Hey, wait a second. Don't forget Buff. Wait, hold. What was that again, gentlemen?
Buff, you know, he's the stuff. Here's a guy who's got an ego bigger than Diamond Dallas Page. He makes me look like I can't even spell the word ego.
Dallas Page, I have just been informed officially that it will be Marcus Buff Bagwell facing you tonight here at Superbrawl. I know you're chomping at the bit on that one.
Buff, when you think you got my number, Diamond Cutter. Bang!
All right, thank you very much. Diamond Dallas Page, official now. He's going to be facing Buff Bagwell.
It's not Hogan. It's not Hall and Nash. They got a match. It's not Syxx. He goes, is it Vincent? Is it, I already took out Big Bubba. It's not, maybe it's Wall Street. Gene's like, well, I'm getting word. It's Marcus Buff Bagwell.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so that's later tonight. Second match of the evening. It's a 6-man tag of luchadors.
Okay, but all right. Before we show who the, I mean, it's a pretty random mix here.
It is.
Why did we ever get a spot where, and this would have totally worked in like '99 WCW, where folks really stopped giving a shit, or when Russo came in and tried to turn shit. Why did, for the random lucha match like this, why did they legitimately have playground rules in the back? You got two captains, they pick their teams. And you can mix and match the guys that way. And then because of the picks that you do, then you can book, you know, many angles between the competitors because of that. Somebody got left out. Hey, I wanted you to pick me. This guy, I didn't want to play with this guy. That kind of shit.
All in Spanish with subtitles.
Exactly. Yeah. The more racist, the better. Because as we've said on this show, racism in the real world is awful. Racism in professional wrestling is the best.
It's hilarious.
Conan looks absolutely ridiculous.
Conan is G'd
with his
up.
flannel shirt.
Yes. Oh, did you notice on the WCW the graphic? It's Conan with one N.
Oh, they give it one. They always went back and forth. Sometimes it was one N, sometimes it was two N's. WCW Production Values. La Parka does not have his chair.
No, he does not.
And Viano 4 looks like he ate Viano 5.
Jesus Christ. And they're taking on Juventud. Quasi Juice still has his mask.
The Juice, yes. He has his mask for another year. He loses it at the next year's show.
Cyclope, which this dude looks like a different Cyclope.
He looks pretty big too.
And Super Calo.
Yes, I was like Super Calo.
So, and I was thinking, okay, I guess Conan's not in the NWO just yet.
I think he joins the NWO in the summer.
Yeah, because he's got Dungeon of Doom patches on his butt.
But he's not with the Dungeon, I don't think, at this point. I think he's just a lone wolf at this point.
Well, yeah, because I also think that didn't Taskmaster, or didn't they say something that they disbanded the end of the Dungeon?
Oh, I if they said that later, I didn't hear it.
Because maybe he was focused on family business.
Yeah, something like that.
Something stupid. I got somebody loud yelling behind me in the outside. Hold on. What's that?
Hey, bro, what it is? I can't. I'm doing some business.
Right
nice
now.
talking to you.
I'm doing a show right now. Can't talk. Oh, how awesome is that CM Punk liked that tweet?
Yeah, we're getting likes from CM Punk on the Gary Hart Twitter. Tremendous. Follow at Gary Hart Says for great random Gary Hart promos.
Because it's Luchadors, Mike Tenay is in the house.
Yeah. I guess he ran in from the concession stand, half eating hot dog and everything to check in on the Lucha Libre action.
Bobby actually reminisces, and this feels very heartfelt from Bobby the Brain Heenan. He reminisces about his friend Ray Stevens.
That was a good little moment. And being working in San Francisco, I should have expected it, but it just caught me off guard when he started talking about it. That was good stuff.
Yeah, he said, "He is my friend."
Yeah, they did a lot of business back in the day.
Okay, so the guys that start, but they don't really do much, Viano and Cyclope, and they just do a lot of like arm drags, and they both look. In the last pay-per-view, we saw for Royal Rumble, we saw a bunch of aged luchadors. These two guys look fucking ancient.
You're not wrong, especially compared to the other four guys in the match.
Right.
Yeah.
When you look lazier or more tired than Conan, then you have a problem.
That's a very good point.
So Conan and Hoovy, they start fighting. Conan kills all three because he has superiority over all luchadors.
Yeah. He's got booking. He's got booking preference. So
La Parka comes in and he's gonna fight Super Calo. Super Calo does a slingshot splash on La Parka. However, we are now to the outside of the ring, and La Parka grabs a chair, but not a chair shot. He puts Super Calo, he seats him in this chair, and it's one of those. It's not like a metal folding chair. It's a metal folding chair, but it's got like cushion on the seating.
Yeah, it's the one with the cushions on the back and the seat.
And so he seats him on the seat, and goes into the ring, and does a fucking suicide dive through the ropes onto Super Calo, who's sitting on the chair.
That was good stuff.
Not the craziest super suicide dive that we'll see tonight, but that was
no, it's
crazy.
not. But the fact that La Parka's a big dude, and anytime he does that lucha stuff, it's awesome. Just his size just makes it look that much better.
Dusty is having a lot of fun.
Oh, he's in hog heaven.
That was like the old days before they had the rail at the ringside. You just sit up close.
You had a couple farmers down there.
I see some old farmers down south. I be wrestling. They be talking. They be tarking the same right there. I tell everybody. I tell you, moved everything back. What the fuck does that mean?
Fucking Dusty.
Oh, Cyclope is actually is knocked out from. I think from that there was another.
Yeah, so Cyclope does like a springboard. I don't even know what the fuck it was, but he went crooked and like I think he legit knocked himself silly.
He ate shit on.
He broke his fall, but he landed on his goddamn head, and it was not pretty.
To the point where they had to they cut away. I mean, they put picture in picture of Harlem Heat at the WCW internet desk.
Yes.
Now I think they were going to do that anyway because of this match, but I think they said, okay, well let's do that right now.
Let's do it right now. Let's give him a chance to get his bearings.
To clear his cabeza.
He'd get back in the match later, but he was out of it for a few minutes.
Right.
I mean, legit out of it.
Booker T is with some computer nerd telling him to say stuff, and then Stevie Ray probably asking like the guy to secure fruitbooty.com.
Why don't you Google yoked? Why don't you do that, white boy?
Viano and somebody else. They hit Conan and Viano hit the Doomsday device on Super Calo, I think.
Sure did. And Tenay's like, well, I'm not sure he got all of it. And was it Heenan or Dusty that said, well, there's the fall that he might have heard or something like that.
Conan launched Hoovy over the top rope to the outside.
That was a good spot. Oh, I forgot to mention it earlier. I liked the spot early on when you said Conan destroyed everybody. Hoovy did get a spot on him where it hit him, and Conan's bandana went flying out of the ring. It was a great visual. I always like when the heels have their headwear knocked off on a hit, Especially if it's a manager, but it works just as well if it's just a heel wrestler.
So everybody gets back in the ring and they do a giant, like, it's almost like everybody's involved in this. It's a big, I don't know if it's a submission hold, but Mike Tenay loses his shit and calls it, it's the Star! It's the Star!
That's the first time I've heard of it, and I think it's the last time I heard of it. I never remember them talking about that after that.
Yeah, so they like lock everybody's legs up, and then if you look from above, everybody's legs go into like a diamond shape.
Well, wasn't that? I thought that was the rowboat that the midgets did at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, the old rowboat. Yeah.
That's not the Star; it's the rowboat.
And then La Parka does something. He drops, I think, Hoovy in the middle, of the Star, and Tenay's like, "Oh, it's the special Star." So I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Now it's the Jewish Star.
No. Barry Horowitz.
It's a six-sided star. What the fuck is it supposed to be? Come on.
They do a triple suicide dive. Everybody's out of the ring. Conan comes in and does the crucifix powerbomb on Hoovy. 1, 2, 3. Or was it?
Was it? Or yeah, we got a blown finish here, people.
Yep.
Wasn't the crucifix? Wasn't that his special in Revenge?
No,
or at least World Tour.
No, let me tell you, I think the crucifix powerbomb was Eddie Guerrero's special.
You're right. It was. You are correct on that.
Conan had the actual. I think he had the 187.
Yeah, the 187. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He definitely did in Revenge.
Yes, that'd fucking plant you. That's
sure shit would.
Though was it the same animation as the Gangrel, the Edge DDT?
No, it was not.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, who had that? So Gangrel had it. They gave Edge a bunch of different stupid finishes. They gave Edge the flatliner in one of the games.
Yes, they did.
I think he did it for like one Monday Night Raw.
One episode of Raw, yeah.
Yeah. So Mickey J calls it. He goes, no, this is done. We're not going back.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. 9 minutes and 51 seconds.
Conan's pissed, by the way.
Yes, I saw that. He's a little angry.
Yeah, he is not happy with the referee for blowing his finish. So
you fucking got the pin, Conan.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You should act happy that they're awarding you the pinfall because you just got the winner's purse.
Yes, that's right. In pesos, no less.
Come on.
Did you see the bowl cut kid in the crowd?
Yeah, he got on camera quite a few times tonight.
Quite a few times.
He was mugging too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was only doing that one face.
Yes.
There was another guy to his right, camera left, who had kind of like long hair and some funky eyebrows, like he was young, and he I swear he did the Undertaker eye roll on a few matches later.
By the way, update from Time Limit Draw South. The temperature here is 12 degrees. The wind chill is 3. Good God. And it's still dropping.
Is this on?
The low temperature Tuesday morning is supposed to be like 1.
So you guys are got all your groceries, you're ready, you're staying in the house.
That's basically the idea. We'll see how the roads are Tuesday. I might have to go in. Who the hell knows?
Crank that heat up, Soldier Boy.
Yeah. It was hilarious. Bought $100 worth of firewood.
Nice.
Last Monday, there was a line that was at least 20 cars out into the street at the same place yesterday morning.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I got mines. I would have jacked that cost up too. Price gaps the shit out of that shit.
Big Josh is making some money.
Tremendous. Outstanding.
Third match of the evening. It's for the TV title? What the hell's going on here? Not the last time the TV title will be on the line tonight.
Jesus Christ.
As we get Rey Mysterio Jr. Awesome. All right. This is great.
Yes.
And he's taking on Prince Iaukea. Oh, this sucks.
Okay, so this is a result. Okay, so 2 weeks prior to this, on the infamous Raw Thursday, young upcoming whippersnapper, blue chip, Hawaiian talent upset the blue blood guy for the mid-card title on Raw Thursday.
Uh-huh.
The next night or the next Monday Nitro,
young, up-and-coming whippersnapper, blue chipper, Hawaiian guy upset the blue blood guy for the mid-card title.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a clear and blatant ripoff of Rocky Maivia beating Hunter Hearst Helmsley for the Intercontinental title when Prince Iaukea beat Lord Steven Regal on Nitro. The problem here is that young whippersnapper, blue chipper, up-and-coming Rocky Maivia had a shit ton more natural talent and charisma than our friend of the show,
yes,
Prince Iaukea. I like Prince Iaukea. I got no problem with the guy. He's a fine worker, but he has no shitting business on a WCW pay-per-view in 1997 as the television championship. Just a few months prior to this, he was sharing popcorn with a rat 6 rows deep at the Saturday night taping after he jobbed a Conan or whoever the fuck it was.
The rats are in the house tonight.
Rats are in the house, baby.
Yes,
the Embassy Suites in Montgomery got some work that night. The chick was pretty hot, if I remember correctly.
Room 415, Lady Blossom.
Keys under the mat.
Keys under the mat. Yeah, that always surprised me that they gave Prince Iaukea and then gave him a long run with the TV title, because shortly after this, Lord Steven Regal wins it back.
Yeah, they ran with it for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And it was clear that it wasn't working.
The Prince, he wasn't blue chipper, he was a green chipper. There's the sign that says Dust Ebonics, if you will.
If you will, yes. Come on.
So yeah, we got the Prince. These two guys don't have any chemistry together.
Yeah, it's really not. And again, this is a case where, Mysterio can try to bring the guy up to his level, but it's a major pay-per-view. I think this is Prince's first pay-per-view outing, and again, he doesn't have the moveset that can keep up with Mysterio. He doesn't have the connection with the fans that can get the crowd drawn into it.
Yeah.
Ray doesn't have a lot to work with here, so he's got to dumb it down and really, keep it as simple as he can. And there's a few spots in the match where they can do some, I don't want to call it high-flying stuff, but Ray gets to use the ropes and springboard and all that kind of stuff. But it's not what you want out of a pay-per-view match with a talent as dynamic as Rey Mysterio Jr.
Exactly. You need someone to showcase his talent where it's like, holy crap, who is this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even his moves, Prince Iaukea, he hits like a sweet chin music, but it's like slow. It's not.
Yeah.
Ray gets tossed to the outside on camera on what type of move, but Prince goes off the top rope and does a crossbody to the outside. I thought that was probably one of his better moves of the match.
Probably was.
Then the fans start standing up, and they think there's it's not anybody coming down the entryway, so it's one of two
they're
things.
they're looking the other way. So what do we have, JR?
Okay, it's either titties or there's a fight.
And I don't think there was enough. How do you gauge of what the odds of which one it is? I don't think it was a fight.
I don't think it was a fight because more people would start standing up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
But I think it was maybe somebody did something like Flash or something like that, because a couple people started, oh, what's going on? And then there's the residual like, oh, maybe I should stand up too. Nothing going on. All right.
Was it one of those fat rats?
Oh, God.
Enough of them in the crowd. What did the sign say? They were dirty rats.
Dirt. Let me see. Hold on. Is dirty rats in the house?
Got them dirty rats. Them dusty roads rats.
Dirty rats in the house. However, it's rats with 2 T's. So I don't know if they mean
the band rat.
The band, yeah. I don't know if they mean the 80s. Or if
calm down, VP. I don't know if she heard me or not.
Glam rocker. There you go.
Tremendous.
She's total hairband fan. Nice.
Oh, absolutely. God, Jesus Christ, yes. One of her claims to fame is going to the Firehouse concert and the lead singer singing "Love of a Lifetime" right to her because she was in the front row.
Oh my!
Yeah, good stuff, pal.
You better keep her away from Stan Lane.
Yeah, especially since he's got his yacht now.
Lauren Burr's gonna try to fucking repossess that.
Gonna try to get it. Yeah. What's she gonna do with a yacht in Denver? Come on, or Aurora, wherever the fuck it is.
Ray reverses a powerbomb. He hurricanranas Prince over the top rope. Ray suicide. Okay, so Prince is down on the mat, and Rey Mysterio he does a suicida through the second and the bottom rope, and basically it's through the second and the top rope. Regardless, he does like a little like somersault thing and lands like butt first on top of Prince Iaukea.
Yeah, Prince ate shit on that. I like that a lot.
The shitty thing is, WCW, they didn't do a replay on that fucking move.
No, it looked good though.
It looked great. And then I started thinking,
put over your young talent. Come on.
I guess they did it in the replay after the match, but you want to see that again.
Yeah, like right now. Yeah.
Double jump, springboard, moonsault for a 2 count by Ray. Ray's now just doing a bunch of crazy stuff. He's like, I gotta get these fans in.
He's trying to do something. Yeah, I like the spot where he did it was like a slingshot suplex where he bounced his feet off the ropes and then flipped around and did the arm drag or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what it was. It looked awesome though. I'm a sucker for a slingshot suplex. So when I saw him use the ropes like that, I marked out.
Ray gets caught at the turnbuckle. The Prince is doing some stuff, but now the fans start standing up again, and Lord Steven Regal is here, looking dapper tonight.
In the alternate attire, I love it.
Yes.
He looks hilarious. He's got the suit. He's got his glasses on.
Yeah. Yes. And
it's tremendous.
And his facial expressions are out of this world.
Top notch. Just the highest marks.
Ray holds the ropes. Prince misses a drop kick. Ray wants a springboard. So he's out on the apron, and Lord Steven Regal standing back. Ray wants the springboard hurricanrana to basically win this title. Lord Steven Regal pulls him down onto basically face first on the apron.
Yep.
And then tosses him into the ring. Prince Iaukea covers him. 1, 2, 3, 8:56.
Yeah, and then Prince retains the title. But doesn't want to accept the victory because he sees Regal in the aisleway. The Prince knows there's shenanigans afoot. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't want to accept the win. But Mysterio's like, I didn't beat you. I can't take the win. And Shivani's like, I can't believe this. We have a title and nobody wants it.
Yeah.
And Heenan, without missing a beat, well, give it to me. I'm sure it's worth something.
Yeah, it's worth something.
Tremendous.
He also said that, I think Heenan said he was jerked off the top, too.
Oh, yes. He did say something like that.
Yeah.
Channeling his inner Jim Ross.
Yes, is right.
This wouldn't be the first time that nobody wanted the TV title.
That's right.
At least Prince didn't throw it in a trash can.
Oh, how lucky can you be, Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Yeah.
Like, we'll see later tonight as well in the next match, or in one of the next matches. Nobody wants, here, I'm going to put the title on you, So it's,
yeah, that was weird.
At least that was kind of like, hey, you're an up-and-comer. Maybe you'll get it someday soon, but...
Yeah, that was more of a rub than this was.
Right. This one was just weird. It was like, I don't want this anymore.
Prince can't give anybody... He has no rub to give. So.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to go back to the dungeon and train some more.
Yeah, he needs to go. Yeah, he needs to go find his dad.
Exactly.
Why wasn't Prince Iaukea ever in the dungeon?
What did Gary Hart call him? He called him a Jabba the Hood looking dude.
Jabba the Hutt looking dude.
Mean Gene is backstage with the 472. I stand corrected. 473-pound giant.
All right, it was 472. It's now 473 because he poured a pound of baby oil on his left arm and nowhere else.
It's only on his left arm. That's the weirdest thing. It is so shiny.
His left arm is glistening.
It's so shiny.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
It's Lex Luger levels of baby oil.
Yes. Well, maybe that's what it was. Since Luger's hurt, he just took Lex's baby oil and used it for himself tonight. But didn't know how to balance it or whatnot.
Okay, what arm was Lex? Was it the right arm or the left arm? Because maybe
it was Lex's left arm that was.
Well, there you go. So Lex put the rest of the body, the baby oil on his body, but he's like, I can't get the cask wet. So here, have my left arm.
Use this.
So
he put it on his left arm. Exactly. The bottle was probably even marked left arm.
It's special left arm oil.
Yes.
I actually like this promo by the Giant.
I did too. It was really effective because he didn't have to be, he didn't have to be yelling and, hyperbolic and all that stuff. The guy's 7 feet tall and 473 pounds. You don't have to be. When you're that big and that menacing, when you come out and you say you're going to do something, there's no reason for me not to believe it.
Right.
And he was calm and very to the point, matter of fact. That was a badass promo.
It was.
It wasn't anything memorable. It was a badass promo. You ain't going to fuck with the guy.
He said, because basically, I guess the NWO was really trying to, get him off his game and play mind games. And he's like, you know what? I know what they're doing. I'm staying cool. I'm calm. And I'm gonna beat there. He said he's the conductor while Hall and Nash, they're the ones that are playing the instruments. So I'm the one who conducts them.
He's calling the shots.
He's the big shot, Big Show.
Ooh. That's
Calm
right.
down.
How do you like him now?
Exactly.
Giant, come on in if you will. You certainly have got to be aware of the fact that the outsiders, Scott Hall and his partner Kevin Nash, are prone to play psychological warfare. Mind games, as they say, and certainly that's what they're doing, I think, with you tonight.
Well, of course, that's going to be their attitude, and that's going to be what they're going to try to do. I've ridden with these guys in the car. I know how bad they drive. I've roomed with them in hotels. I know what they are. They're all about the mind game, the psyche. That's what they're after. They want to get the Giant rattled. They want me crazy. They want me insane. So I'm doing all kinds of crazy things that I shouldn't be doing. Well, if you can listen to me right now, you understand that I'm not erratic. I'm not crazy. I've got my composure. I'm going to play the game tonight the way I want to play it and at my speed. I'm the conductor, and Hall and Nash are playing the instruments. And tonight, when it's all said and done, I guarantee you I'm walking away with those tag team belts.
All right, he is going to be going it alone, as you know. Lex Luger coming up with the medical okay, but of course Eric Bischoff says no go. The Giant by himself tonight against Hall and Nash for the WCW Tag Team title belts, and it all happens here at Superbrawl VII.
We get the fourth match. It's the NWO B Team song. All right.
Love it.
And it's Buff, but Buff version 1.
Yes, which is great because we haven't seen a lot of Buff version 1. This is something, very, very different. He's got the red tights and the red choker.
And it looks like
it's great.
It looks like he's not wearing like wrestling boots. He looks like he's wearing like cowboy boots.
Yeah, it's a very distinct look, and I love it.
He's a big he's a big Falcons fan. Got to go with the Reds.
Very good point.
Do they still wear the red uniforms or no?
It's their alternates.
Oh, well, they should totally bring those back.
They should absolutely bring those back.
Forget the black
with the red helmets.
The black should be the alternates. Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. And actually, I'll go one further. Their Deion Sanders era blacks should be their alternates.
Yes,
not the current ones. I don't like the current ones.
They should do white.
The red should be their standard, and then the Deion black should be the alternates.
Yeah, white jerseys with red helmets. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's an outstanding look.
Shit, now I gotta go get me a... No,
with the black trim. I love it.
Yep, and coming out for his opponent is DDP with cigar.
Love it. So he's babyface DDP still with cigar. I don't know how much longer he'd keep the cigar, but I love cigar DDP. Because it's like the last thread to Diamond Dallas Trash.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love and of course, as you know, we love Diamond Dallas Trash on the show.
Really good crowd reaction when he came out.
Oh, they love DDP. He might be the most over guy in the company right now.
I agree with that.
Like you've got Sting in the rafters, okay? You got Sting in the rafters, but he hasn't come out to kick anybody's ass yet. He hasn't touched anybody. He gave Rick Steiner and Jeff Jarrett the Scorpion Death Drop a couple of times on Nitro. It's been a few months, but he hasn't touched anybody from the NWO. He's showing up, but he hasn't made his moves yet. The only other two guys in the same league as DDP at this point are Lex Luger and the Giant. That's it.
Yeah,
and since DDP's the hot guy, he's got a lot more. He's got a lot more. What do I want to say? Just organic reaction to him right now. The fans still feel like they're making him the guy.
Yes.
They're not cheering him because he's the babyface. They're cheering him because they want him to be the babyface. He's over like we're over here. I love it.
He is. And Buff does the dastardly thing of spitting at DDP.
Yes.
And
What a dickhead.
DDP comes back and paintbrushes Buff right in the face.
Oh, he nailed him with it. And the crowd reaction on that was awesome.
The crowd is really into this match.
They're
really
into this.
Yeah,
because this is the thing. You've got a freshly turned babyface DDP. You have a freshly turned heel Bagwell. It's a different dynamic. It's two new characters that are clearly both on the rise. The crowd is invested in both of them. This is a good match. This is a really good match.
DDP hits a spinning neck breaker. I like that. Buff, okay. If you like talking to the camera, you will like this match.
Jesus Christ.
Because Buff talks to the camera for most of this match.
There's only, one. If you take Harlem Heat out of the equation, Buff Bagwell might be the talking to the camera heavyweight champion of the world.
Ooh.
Might be. I'm trying to think of anybody else who could be.
But who else was talking? Buff took talking to the camera during a match to an expertise level.
Nobody talks to the camera during the match better than Bagwell. He does it better than Harlem Heat does.
I agree.
Yeah.
During this match is when I think Dusty's brain melts. He's talking about something I can't remember what it was, and Tony's like, "You okay? What's going on here?"
Was that the one where he's talking about sequential or consequential or
yes?
I can't remember what word it was now.
It was
circumstantial. It was I can't remember. Chronological. He was talking about chronological.
Chronological. You would have seen Dallas Page do that a year ago. He is ready right here in WCW right now. This man is a major player, so he's doing it. He is not intimidated by anybody. Prove that, and the marks he has made. And Tony, we both watched it, choreographed it. I mean, not choreographed it. We logged it in our brains. Through the years, he has proved. You know what I mean? Chronological. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't help me out.
Don't help me out.
Don't help me out, Silver Tongue. I got it. And Tony goes, no, you're not a chance. You go ahead, Dream.
Oh, man, I love that.
We chronologically donated. He goes, we'll get back to Dusty Rhodes' next match.
He's not intimidated by anybody. Proves that. And the marks that he has made, Tony, we both watched it and choreographed it. I mean, not we logged it in our brain. For the years that he has improved, you know what I mean? Chronological, that's the word I look at. Don't help me out, Silver Tongue.
Not a chance. Go ahead, Dream.
We chronologically donated.
Okay. We'll be back to Dusty Rhodes next match.
You know what I'm talking about.
Tremendous. Was that neck breaker that DDP hit, was that like the roll the dice?
Oh.
The Reno roll the dice. The crowd, when I was looking down when it happened, when I heard it, I thought he hit the diamond cutter. Because the crowd reacted like he hit the diamond cutter.
Yeah, he hit something that
and he popped up. He popped up and posed for the crowd.
Yeah.
Man, put the title on him right now. That was the kind of reaction that was.
Mm-hmm. Buff gets up, he hits a move, and Buff goes, you gotta get a close-up of this. And then he's like, I'll be right back.
Tremendous.
DDP rolls up. Oh, this is where Buff and Scott Dickinson get in a little tiff as well.
They get the shoving match.
Yes.
Great stuff.
Yeah, because Buff throughout the match was like, that was 3, that was 3, that was 3.
Yep.
I swear, so DDP also was doing, that was 3. I swear he goes, that was 4. So Buff catches DDP's foot for a kick. He spins him around, but DDP hits that lunging clothesline on Buff, and the fans go nuts. There's a DDP chant. It's crazy. So Buff off the top rope, DDP gets a reverse atomic drop on him, and he sells it like crazy.
Yeah, it was like Rick Rude getting it. It was great.
Mm-hmm. DDP hits a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. Buff puts his feet on the ropes for a cover, and so he's cheating, and that only gets a 2. Diamond Dallas Page wants the diamond cutter, but that is blocked. It is a backslide by Buff, only gets a 2 count. Buff hits the fisherman suplex.
Now you're going to see a perfect plex. He used that as when he was young rookie of the year, Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Eventually that was his finisher, because even Jim Ross back in '92 called it that yellow jacket suplex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember talking about. We've spoken about the
Sprayberry High School represent.
So he wants the ref. He doesn't want to pin him. He was going to get him with the pin. He wants him to count to 10. He wants to humiliate DDP.
Okay. I'm not quite sure why, but that's okay.
Well, he makes the ref count to 10 while he does posing all over the place.
Tremendous. I love that.
That's why I wanted to cut to 10, so you have more time to pose.
Right.
That's great. And that's for a guy like Bagwell. That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah. And Buff goes for the reverse neck breaker. DDP gets out of it and hits the diamond cutter out of nowhere.
Bang.
And he doesn't even go for the cover because the NWO hit the ring. Wall Street comes down. I think DDP punches him out, leaves the ring. Vince is there, and the bell rings. DDP wins by DQ.
Yeah, which
is odd because they didn't touch him.
Yeah, but it was, they came in the ring. It's clearly, we're going to throw this out. We're going to give it to DDP. Very protective booking of Bagwell here.
Yes.
When it feels like, you got a shithead heel like Bagwell. He's one promo, one match away from being able to get his heat back. I don't think doing a pinfall job to the diamond cutter here would have hurt him. But whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, I saw it as that too, where he's, like you said, newly turned heel.
Yeah. You want to protect him a little bit.
Yeah, the day they're not there yet where we can defeat the lower levels of the NWO guys.
Yeah.
9 minutes and 46 seconds. I like this match a lot.
It was good. Like I said, you got two great characters. The crowd was into both characters. There were several spots throughout the match that the crowd just loved. Like I said, that neck breaker that DDP did, the Bagwell thing with the referee Dickinson, crowd went bonkers for. Any tease of the diamond cutter was hot stuff. Bagwell being a dickhead, the whole thing was fantastic. It's not a 5-star great match, anything like that. It's exactly what you needed for these two characters in their trajectory of where these guys are going in the company. Great stuff.
Yeah, I agree. There's some fan in the crowd there's a lot of fans in the crowd, but there's a guy from Ogden, Utah named Keith Phillips. He won a contest with the Sony PlayStation earlier today.
Well, at least they didn't have him in basketball shorts doing the announcing.
Very true. Fifth match of the evening, WCW Production Values on the screen. We're getting a second TV title match, or are we? No, it's for the U.S. title match, the United States Heavyweight title, as Lionheart Chris Jericho comes out first. Yes, with the 80s music.
Yeah, with the 80s. That's a good way to put the 80s music.
VP's favorite theme right here.
Yeah. Highly unlikely.
Whoa, 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 do, 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 do.
Yeah, generic babyface Chris Jericho here. Still trying to figure out still trying to figure out the lay of the land in WCW.
And coming out, the U.S. champion, Eddie Guerrero. Again,
another couple of guys on their, on the way up the card here. So, this should be good.
We get a fan shot of a guy in a Cowboys jersey, number 28. Do you remember who that was?
Is that Darren Woodson?
That is Darren Woodson. I looked it up. Yes.
Speaking of football jerseys, I was told by my 6th year seniors co-host, Alan Capps, that the time-traveling fan with the Michigan jersey last time, Tom Brady wore number 10.
Okay.
Number 2, he said 12 was Harbaugh. When Harbaugh was at Michigan way back in the day.
Oh,
10 years prior. Yeah.
That totally makes sense because
makes sense. There you go, Michigan man.
Makes total sense. Jim Harbaugh. Thank you, Alan.
Go a little further back. Yeah. There you go.
Instead of a 12, I'm going to talk about who the guys with the Cowboys 28 jersey is. His girlfriend. She's looking like, I would say it's probably a San Francisco 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
We don't see what she's wearing fully until later. She's wearing something that Stan Lane might like. She's wearing. I don't know if she's got the belly button ring, but she's certainly wearing the stomach chain going on.
Yes.
Hilarious. But I was looking at her, looking at him. I think he definitely outkicked his coverage.
Oh, absolutely.
A 6 or a 7. I'll tell you what is a 10 in my books, my friend. An Eddie Guerrero mullet.
Oh, absolutely. Mullet on point here. Wow. Top notch.
Speaking of Jericho, with his Jerichoholic Ninja, did you see? You saw the Ahmed Johnson video that I posted.
Yes, I did.
So I was not looking for that at all. I was looking for more Nation of Domination stuff, and I happened to find Ahmed Johnson. Right before that video is when Goldust kissed Ahmed Johnson to try to revive him after he'd been knocked out.
Jesus Christ, yes.
And the real story was, Ahmed told him, "Don't kiss me," and Goldust says, "No, I'll put my hand over your lips and I'll kiss you." However, Goldust decided not to do that portion of the kiss.
Uh-oh.
And Ahmed Johnson got up, pissed off. He got up from the dead like Undertaker from the stretcher, ran down the stairwell, choked out Bob Holly, he was like, "Ahmed, what are you doing?" And they're in the bowels of the arena. Mark Marrow tells him, "Goldust is that way, my friend." And there is a guy in a pink tank top blocking Goldust's jersey locker. And Ahmed Johnson looks at the camera, doesn't really, just kind of looks back, takes a beat, and trucks this dude through the door. Absolutely insane.
I don't think we mentioned this. We talked about the APA thing.
Right.
That dude went through the door like they put Bull Buchanan through that wall.
Hey, that's not the right wall. That's not
the
right
wall. Was a shoot though.
And JBL's up. Too late. Oh well. He broke him through that door. That door broke into like 5 pieces.
God, man.
So Dusty at this point is talking something about the millennium, but he can't say millennium. And Bobby the Brain Heenan goes, No, you put that on your knee. You're talking about liniment.
The irony of Dusty talking about the millennium when Chris Jericho is in the ring is pretty funny.
Exactly.
Maybe Dusty Rhodes is from the future.
I'm sure he is.
We know that. What was the stupid ass team back in Crockett back in the day? Who came from the future, a future where Dusty Rhodes was the president of the United States.
Was it Techno Team 2000? No,
that's who I wanted to say it was, but it's not them.
Wait, what?
Jesus, who was it? I can see him plain as day.
What?
Now I can't remember. What the fuck was the team's name?
They made that announcement? Was it the...
They cut a promo where they told everybody they were from the future and Dusty Rhodes was the president of the United States.
Oh, was it one of the Gilberts? No.
No, it wasn't the Gilberts.
I've seen that. Wait, did you show that to me? I think you did.
I think I've shown it to you, but now, goddamn, I can't remember. I can't even remember the guys' names now. If anybody said them, I know them immediately. The New Breed. It was the New Breed.
Because okay, the New Breed. Yeah. Who is this? This is all I googled was tag team from the future. Chris Champion and Sean Royal.
Oh, yeah, there you go, right there. Chris Champion, of course, better known by his Asian name. Shit, now I can't even remember who that was.
Yoshi Kwan.
Yoshi Kwan, there you go. Fucking shit. I can't remember anybody's name tonight. The cold weather has broken me.
Maybe you need some liniment.
I might need some liniment.
So we start this match. This is a good pace that they start with. This is a good back and forth. I like this. Jericho hits a big suplex. He does a come on, baby, but he doesn't.
Come on, baby!
But he doesn't do the pin. The one
does not do the cocky pin.
No. Jericho hits the Lion Tamer early, the Boston Crab, but there's still no name to it.
They don't have the name for it yet. He doesn't get the knee down on it.
Right.
I don't know if he had got that worked that one all the way in yet or not. And the more important thing is he's working the Lion Tamer, and he does tell Mickey J, Ask him. So my thought was, is Jericho working heel here, and Eddie's being babyface, or what's the deal here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they're both baby faces.
There's 2 dudes in the crowd who absolutely love Chris Jericho.
Good, I was probably one of them. Not in '97, I wasn't.
It's funny because they sort of look like twin brothers, but I don't think they are. But I said that they look like the Harris brothers, but smaller.
Oh no!
But no Nazi ties, of course. Well, we don't know. How do we know? I don't know.
You don't know.
There's this honky pick me.
Jesus Christ.
We get a backbreaker that looks like Jericho putting him in the rack.
Yeah, that was very interesting. And they Shivani's like, yeah, that's a combination bow and arrow and crucifix and
torture rack.
And then the third thing he compares it to is the torture rack. And I'm like, no, that's the goddamn rack, all right? Yeah. Just call it what it is. Come on now.
Yeah, because he's probably like, oh shit, we're going to see that later tonight.
Yeah, Bischoff's probably in the back. Oh, look, you can't use the rack. It's a main event finisher. Come on.
Tony says, Bobby and Dusty have said something. They're doing a back and forth right now in this match, and they start just running out of steam. And Tony goes, "You guys on fumes right now?" He goes, both of you started to sputter. Powerbomb by Eddie gets a 2 count, like that. Eddie hits the beautiful brainbuster.
Yeah, it was like Malenko and Guerrero went to the same school of brainbusters. They throw the exact same brainbuster, and they're both just beautiful.
Textbook brainbusters.
You can't do it better. Yeah. Cannot do it better.
He goes to the top rope because obviously, Tony says, hey, that's the setup for the frog splash. Let's see what he does. He goes for the frog splash, but he rolls through as Jericho gets out of the way.
I always like when Guerrero could do that midair. That was always nice.
Yeah, he does that tumble, kind of that somersault tumble. Jericho hits an enormous, huge, gigantic release German suplex.
That was fucking awesome.
Insane.
He just threw him like he was nothing. It was great.
Bobby says all of the wind is out of La Bamba.
He didn't make a plane crash joke.
Oh, Jesus. Jericho hits the belly-to-belly release suplex for a 2 count. Eddie gets his feet on the ropes. That seems to be a trend. There's a lot of feet on the ropes for this event. Good.
That's something that we don't see a lot nowadays.
Well, there's going to be something like that in the main event that I swear to God there's no feet on the rope.
Yeah, we'll get
to that later, okay? I'm not happy about that. But we get to now the crotched on the top rope as Jericho puts it on Eddie. So Eddie is crotched. Not the last time we'll see that. Jericho hits the springboard drop kick from the turnbuckle. Love that.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know if he had been using that, all along in his WCW run, but it would certainly become a staple of his moveset going forward.
Definitely. And now Eddie is on the outside laying down, and Jericho hits a springboard splash to the outside from the turnbuckle. That was good.
Nice. Very nice.
It also looked like it took a little air out of Jericho, too.
Probably. Well, I can't blame it. That means he actually put some mustard on it. That's good. We need to work a little more snug. Come on now.
Here we go. Jericho off the top rope, and he goes into a reverse atomic drop. 2 matches in a row.
That was all right. So that was nice. Where does that fall on the Kai and Tai inverted top rope atomic drop scale? Well, I figure that's got to be up there somewhere, right?
But did that finish that finished the match, right?
Not ECW match.
Okay, yeah.
It should have.
Yeah,
it did.
Should have. Once again, any pro wrestlers listening to this, use that as your finisher,
please,
or at least use it as a surprise finish. Yeah,
or just a signature move as one of your big things. Yeah,
Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero gets some sort of thing for a 2 count. I don't know what it was. They both knock heads shortly after. Jericho hits a power slam for a 2. Eddie reverses a roll-up into 2. Jericho hits a sweet chin music. Oh, my God.
Yeah, shades of 2003 with Jericho, and he nailed him with it, too. It was picture perfect.
Certainly did. They're at the turnbuckle. Eddie tries a tornado DDT that is countered into a beautiful Northern Lights suplex with a bridge for a 2 count.
That was perfectly executed. Like just how the entire spot flowed looked absolutely legit the whole way. It was gorgeous wrestling.
And now Eddie gets out of a powerbomb attempt by Jericho. He runs the ropes. He gets into what looks like another like the rack sort of, or like a head scissors. He reverses that, then rolls up Jericho all in one motion. 1, 2, 3. Jericho's pinned.
I wanted 6 or 7 more minutes of that.
Yeah, it looked like they were just about. They hit the good gear.
Yeah, I would say they were. Yeah, I don't know if they had another gear to go to, but they were into a top gear there at the end, and it really felt like they needed just a few more minutes to really get. That was a good match.
Yeah, I like that.
The finish was out of the blue, which, again, had they gone through everything else, I might have been okay with. But the finish lacked a little sizzle. But this is the important thing. Jericho had been... It was clear when they brought Jericho in, they were going to push him as a cruiserweight title threat, mid-card guy. He hadn't quite clicked yet. He really hadn't had a really good match to this point in WCW. He'd been just a little underwhelming. This one showed he could go. And I think Guerrero was like, come on, we're going to go out there. We're going to put on a barn burner. Let's go out and do it. Both guys came to play. Really good match. It showed that both guys had something more in the tank that they could go to that we hadn't seen yet and still could see later.
Yeah, it was.
You see the potential of both guys.
Yes, you see the potential. Yeah. You see what's on the horizon, I guess you would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
12 minutes, 2 seconds. Like you said, I could do for another couple more minutes of this.
Absolutely.
But they respect each other at the end of the match. I respect you, Booker Man.
Yeah, I would say I don't know. If the match goes 6 more minutes and they do that finish, I might buy a heel turn there and Jericho kicks him in the nuts.
Okay, gotcha.
But the way it ended at that point, no, I wouldn't have bought a heel turn.
Yeah.
I think they did it all right. And they left enough gray area where Jericho's frustrated and mad that Guerrero, beat him clean. But it wasn't like it pushed him over the edge to do something that he'd regret later.
Yeah. It's not like he, somehow Jericho thinks that Eddie slighted him or he cheated a little bit or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Good match, like I said, and it didn't shake up the deck too much. You've just established that Guerrero is a big time player and Jericho is going to be a big time player.
That's right. And Eddie puts the U.S. title on his shoulder and says, "Hey, one day, kid, you got this."
Did Jericho ever win the U.S. title? He didn't in WCW. He might have won it later in the WWF version of it. As you look, I'm going to the window away from Mike to check the snow.
From the window to the walls.
Oh, ski!
WCW. He was Cruiserweight champion 4 times, television champion once. In WWE, he was U.S. champion twice.
There you go. All right. So he did eventually win the U.S. title. Just not that belt. It was the god-awful flag belt that...
The John Cena one?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know if it was a spinner or not. It's the not good version of it.
6th match of the evening, the 3-way dance. It's a triangle match, which we were informed it was supposed to be a 4 corners match. However, one team could not make it to San Francisco because the NWO caused a car accident, and that team was the Steiner brothers.
Let me ask you this. Did Scott Steiner have open paternity test in California? And that's how they wrote him off?
That was, I guess that was recently, the car crash.
I think it was literally like the week before this. That was one of the dumbest things ever.
Dumb.
So stupid.
So hilariously dumb. That's the thing.
Yeah, hilariously dumb. That's a good way to put it.
It's like, oh shit, I think we just killed them. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Maybe we
and they show it on national television.
Yeah, maybe we
no charges are filed, and they write it off with the Steiner's like, no, we're not gonna file charge. We're gonna beat their ass.
Maybe we shouldn't have videotaped this too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whatever happened to writing guys off by just talking about it off screen? They got in a bar fight, they got thrown in jail.
Right? Exactly. All right, first team coming out is the Faces of Fear. They talk a little bit, but not much. They don't kick the camera either.
I was like, yeah, they don't kick at the camera, and they really don't talk to the camera. They're just talking around the camera.
Yes, they look like they'd rather be somewhere else.
They look like they're going to kick somebody's ass tonight.
They are taking on.
Hopefully, it's these two jabronis.
The Public Enemy.
Fuck this shit.
Who have a network theme because apparently they can't use WCW's theme for them.
Which was already a knockoff of something else.
Right. La-di-da-di-da-di. We like to party. La-di-da. Yeah. Which I don't know, I guess, but all right. They saved the best for last because this theme is not a knockoff as we get Harlem Heat with
Can you
Sister
dig
Sherry.
that, sucker?
And they are wearing home whites.
The home whites for Harlem Heat. I absolutely love it.
Yes. And they talk to the camera.
You bet your ass they do.
Booker says it's on like neck. I love this. He says it's on like neck bone. He disappears. He does like a swing around behind Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray talks, and then boom, Booker T comes back out and says his last little thing.
Love it. Tremendous.
There is a sign in the crowd that says 110th Street running things.
Show me the lie.
Yeah.
Show me the lie.
Ain't no lie. Rocco Rock is bald now.
Yeah, did he lose a bet or something?
Didn't he have long dreadlocks?
He had dreads.
Yeah. So he was saying something to Johnny Grunge, and the camera was right on him, and Johnny Grunge cuts him off, and he's like, "La-di-da-di-da-di, it's a Super Brawl party." And Rocco...
Okay, that's fine.
Rocco kind of picks up halfway. I think he was going to say, "Hey, are you going to start? I'm going to start." Okay, Super Brawl party! Dusty says this is like an Australian triangle match.
Okay, Dusty, how many Australian triangle matches have you been in?
Which is, I think, the second time they bring up Australia in this event.
Shout out to Tommy Grove.
Yes. Oh.
Dirty Rats are in the house again, by the way.
They certainly are. And before we start this, I have to take a piss. So hold on one second.
Oh, man. What can I pop JR with while he's off taking a piss? I can't think of anything. There'll be Gary Hart promos later. Juicy. Your mama was trash. Your daddy died. 42 years old, drunk in a ditch.
First time in years that I've had to break the call to go take a leak.
I don't remember the last time you had to
think
do
ever. Well,
it's always me. It's always me that's gonna go take a shit.
I must have drank a shitload of water. I haven't even cracked a beer yet. So, all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
The snow's starting to come down. It's still not accumulating on the grass, but it's coming down pretty damn good outside. Blowing all over the place. Let's see. Before we get going again, the current wind chill at time limit draw south is 2 degrees.
Oh my God.
The temperature is 12.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Snow heavy at times for at least 120 minutes. Okay. Yeah, Texas does not deal with this shit. We actually had to drive in it this morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like with the ice overnight. We had to go so the Munchkin was with her dad this weekend, but we weren't going to trust her to get her car. So we went and got her car.
Smart.
And we did all right. We drove slow. It was fine.
I've driven in snow once, and it was the most nerve-wracking experience I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it's not. Although so me and Wendy were following each other. We were coming home, and so we hadn't had any problems going out there or coming back. It's not far. It's 10 minutes. Go out there, no problem. I'm in my truck. She's in Munchkin's car. We're driving back. The last turn before like the turn to get into our neighborhood, we got split up because I thought the car off the distance was going slower than I thought. So I went ahead and turned out, but she waited. So there wound up being a car between us coming in. So we get down to the turn of the neighborhood. I slow it way down, slowly turn into the neighborhood. There's the car behind me, and then there's her. The car between us also turns in the neighborhood and proceeds to spin out right in front of her. Yeah.
Damn.
Which, I mean, she was going slow enough where there was no chance in hell she was going to hit him. But it was hilarious because I'm just watching the background, and sure enough, that guy tries to swoop on into the neighborhood like none. Cuts that wheel and it does a 270 right around. Ooh. It was hilarious. Didn't hit anything. That was good, but it scared the shit out of her.
The old spin-a-rooney. We'll see that later tonight.
We will see that, absolutely.
This match, I'm glad you guys are safe then. Yeah, don't go drive anymore for that.
Fuck, yeah, no, we're not. Yeah.
Hunker down. So this match certainly is a thing.
It's a disjointed mess. That's what it is.
I like 2 out of these 3 teams. And
I do too.
And even the Public Enemy can have a fun brawl on the outside.
But this is not their forte.
No. The best stuff is they look like both the Face of Fear and the Harlem Heat are beating the shit out of Public Enemy early on.
Yes. I like the spot early where Booker T gets the spin-a-rooney and then the big kick.
Yes.
And the crowd goes bonkers. You know it's good when you have the other tag team in the match applauding your work.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, like Barbarian broke character.
Yeah.
And it clapped for him. It was great.
It was absolutely perfect because Booker T's...
It was awesome.
The timing was impeccable. He gets up, spins a Roni, and Grunge is down on the mat, and he gets up, his back is turned. He turns around and walks right into the kick. Like, Booker timed it so perfectly.
You couldn't have timed it better. And the crowd went bonkers for it. And that's one of those things where you see Booker T and it's like, oh my God, this guy is incredible. Mm-hmm. This guy's going to be a future world champion. He was, it was one of those moments.
Yeah, he is. And he, like you said, he gets up on the turnbuckle and just raises his arms out like, can you dig it? And like, they love it.
But it's not long after that Book gets caught in the wrong corner. And you know what happens if you're in the corner with the Faces of Fear?
We get clubbering by the...
They be clubbering, Tony! They clubbering!
Dusty absolutely loves it.
Dusty loses his shit when they got him on. That was awesome.
Barbarian hits a big belly-to-belly suplex off the top on Booker.
I loved when he never threw that out that much. The best one ever was that one he gave Sting on Nitro, where he literally threw him all the way across.
He threw him halfway across the ring.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. It just threw him like he was a bag of potatoes. It was great. You get a big guy like Booker T up on the top rope, and you do the same thing. That is an impressive spot. Hell of a spot.
Heenan decides to now start saying that the Faces of Fear live in trees.
Come on.
What does he say?
At least he didn't call him Haku.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and he's safe because the Barbarian's always been the Barbarian.
Yeah, that's right. He's only got one name to mix up, not two.
Ming comes in, hits a amazing looking pile driver on Booker T.
Ming's pile driver was always great. I don't know what it was about him doing it that looked so much different. But like the textbook on it was always just beautiful. It was just great.
Just a big, thick dude doing that shit.
And that's a big motherfucker, man.
And then Public Enemy breaks up that cover. And the Faces of Fear do a double headbutt on Booker T from each opposite corners. From the
why isn't that the finish?
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
Come on. Now, pardon me here. I'm going to go all Jesse Ventura here, but is that the buckwheat rule?
Yes.
Is that why it's not the finish?
I guess. It should have been.
The only explanation.
Speaking of Jesse Ventura, I just got a notification on my phone. Jesse Ventura has given a eulogy or a farewell tweet. A member of Predator, Sonny Landham, had died.
Oh, no.
Was that you or was it the real Jesse Ventura?
That might have been the real Jesse Ventura. I don't think No, wait a minute.
R.I.P. to my good pal, Sonny Landham. What did he do? Wait, am I getting old likes from tweets?
Yeah, this is from August 19th, 2017.
Oh, come on. Why are people... I got somebody they liked a tweet from 2015 of mine today.
Oh, well, here you go. The account's from Moscow, Russia.
Oh,
okay.
Well, shit.
There you go. We got the bots on the body. Man, so the Faces of Fear do the spot where Ming does the backdrop on Booker T, and Barbarian fucking catches the motherfucker in midair and power bombs it. Are you fucking kidding me? Put the fucking titles on the guys right now.
That's so insane. Absolutely insane.
Jesus.
I don't remember really seeing them do that move before.
They would break it out every now and then, and every time they did, it was fucking awesome.
Well, moments later, he almost does the same thing to Rocco Rock, where he catches him off the turnbuckle and catches him in midair as well, about to do a powerbomb too.
Except Grunge then jumps off the top rope and knocks Rocco on top of Barbarian, and he grabs the ref, throws him over, and 1, 2, 3. That's the finish?
Yeah, Public Enemy who decides to win.
You put those guys over?
And isn't this for a number one contendership?
It was supposed to be, but then they kind of acted like since the Steiners weren't in it, it doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, that was just weird. Yeah, Johnny Grunge trying to be showcase his cannonball talents to the big man backstage.
Oh yeah, come on, no, don't step to the champ. Come on. Now.
That was 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Short. There were some parts that I really liked. Entertaining. The wrong team.
The wrong team, absolutely. I'm fine with either of the other two teams winning. The wrong team absolutely won.
Right out of your mouth, I wrote they gave these dipshits the win.
Yeah, come on.
So the camera pans to the crowd, and you see some of the people we've already seen, some people we've never seen before, and I don't know what section of this is. And Dusty is talking, he's telling something. He goes,
"I thought it was like the back of the aisle ringside section."
Okay, yeah. So the camera just pans really quickly, and Dusty's telling something, and he basically interrupts himself, and he goes, "Whoa, goodness gracious!"
Back to what we said, that's why they play the game. Anybody can win at any given moment. We see, whoa, goodness gracious. Let's take a look at it one more time.
I thought I was trying to figure out what he was saying. I rewound it, and I know exactly what he was talking about. There's some Latina chick with enormous jugs in a pink top.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It absolutely caught Dusty's eye.
Oh, wow.
It's because he got a Mexican for a wife. That's what kind of guy he is.
Speaking of wives, we got a grudge match coming up. 7th match of the evening. It's MONGO Baby with
MONGO Baby
with Deborah. MONGO made the pay-per-view finally.
Three things. MONGO talks to the camera. Because, of course, MONGO talks to the camera. 2, Deborah looks good as hell here. 3, the banner, her Queen of WCW banner, it must have been designed by Bret Hart because it reads Queen of the WCW.
I did see that. I didn't write it down, but I do remember. That was fun.
The WCW, come on now. No, Deborah in the red dress looks absolutely fantastic.
MONGO yells out, "Now we gonna see who's a horseman and who ain't."
Yeah, so the stipulation here is if Jarrett wins, he officially becomes a horseman, which they wound up dragging this angle out for months.
Oh my God.
So whatever, I don't know.
Even they say, well, he might be a horseman, but with Arn and Ric Flair on the shelf right now, I don't know, because technically the only active horseman is Benoit. Well, and Benoit MONGO. Yeah.
And does MONGO really count? I mean, for being real here. I love MONGO. MONGO gets a bad rap as a horseman. Personality-wise, fucking perfect. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he's your big muscle that's around just to protect and everything.
We've said that. He's perfect for that.
But just don't put him in a fucking match. That's the things go off the rails when you actually put him in the ring in an actual match.
MONGO, the crowd loves MONGO, by the way.
I love MONGO. We should all love MONGO.
In terms of the list of who was the most over on this pay-per-view, we had DDP was definitely there. Booker T was high up. Booker T and Harlem Heat are up there.
Lex and the Giant.
The people
and the Outsiders.
They love the Outsiders. And it's got to be MONGO.
I'm gonna say at this point
he's in the top 10 of most over.
He's in the top 10. I would agree with that. He can't wrestle. He has a presence about him though. He's like Sid. There are Sid-like qualities. There's a reason they put Sid in the Horseman way back in the day.
He also has pro athlete. He's a former football player. He's got the everyman kind of appeal where it's a guy who fans can identify with because he's a pro athlete. He's not a wrestler who are these mystified and mystical giant men and just super strong people, but he's a guy who they've seen, who they watch every Sunday play.
He's done other things. He's hosted a radio show. He's been this character that, like you said, he's not a professional wrestler.
Right. He's not the everyman, because the everyman is just the normal, regular guy. He's one step above the everyman, but he's also not in the realm of like a wrestler's. He's in his own category. He's just MONGO.
Yeah, and he looks like a guy and acts like a guy that you'd run into at the bar.
Yeah.
Drinking beer, talking shit.
Exactly.
And not knowing what the hell he's talking about.
Local guy gone right. He's the, I went to high school with him. Yeah, he's awesome. All right. Yeah, he made it to the pros. Cool.
Oh, that's a very good way to put it. He's the guy you went to high school with. That's an excellent way to describe MONGO. The good and the bad.
The good and the bad.
Way to describe it. He's the guy you friend on Facebook and then unfollow.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't see his shit.
Yeah, he's the guy either high school or the college. He's like, I had a couple classes with him. He's hilarious. Everybody loved him, but he was also this crazy party animal where you're like, I'm not gonna get a ride home with him.
Yeah. I'll be around him. I'm not going to hang out with him.
And when shit goes...
I'll be in the peripheral.
Yeah, and when shit goes down, I'm leaving. I'm not staying for the cops.
Yes. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a good... When shit goes down with MONGO, you're leaving.
Yeah, MONGO's going to be there. Well,
or else you might get a bucket of bleach in your face.
My eyes! All right, so this match, early on, it's all MONGO. Power slam for MONGO, which looked good. A running power slam.
There's a few moves that MONGO does that aren't horrible.
And MONGO,
a few.
After that power slam, he gets up and looks to the crowd. He plays to the crowd, breaks the fourth wall, and he says, "Oh, that had to hurt."
And the crowd goes crazy.
Chop block twice. So he's gonna work on the knee of Jeff Jarrett, I guess.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know what move MONGO has to work the knee, but
Dusty says that Deborah should be commissioner of WCW.
That doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
I like this. So is this where they go outside and Deborah uses the towel?
Yes. She wipes down Jeff Jarrett and MONGO's like, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you wiping him off?" And then he chokes him with the towel.
Great stuff. And Jarrett sells it. It's good.
Deborah says she doesn't know. I don't know who to help. And Heenan goes, "Why don't you help the one who pays your bills?" Mongo,
not wrong.
Okay, what is the move that Mongo did off the ropes? Is this a modified spinebuster slam of some sort?
It was something.
It was something, all right.
I don't know. Mongo's just...
It was the Mongo slam. There you go. The referee is distracted. Mongo is... Oh, the referee gets bumped a little bit. I think he gets an eye or finger in the eye or something like that.
It was, by the way, it was like a boss man slam that Mongo
Okay,
did.
all right, I got you.
Yeah. But at one point, shortly after this, Mongo goes for a pin, or Jarrett goes for a pin. Mongo kicks out, and Jarrett's arm sideswipes Dickinson on the way by.
Okay, that's where we go.
Yeah. So the ref is like half bumped.
So Mongo wants a briefcase. You give me the which earlier
it's got my cocaine in it, baby. Well, it's time to do some lines up in this bitch.
I don't know if it has anything in the briefcase because Deborah hit Double J with it. It opened up and there was nothing flew out.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No coke, no crackers, no papers, no anything.
They got my yayo in the back, baby.
I don't even work here anymore. He tells Deborah, give me the briefcase. Give the goddamn briefcase.
By the way, the close-up on the briefcase, the motherfucker looks fake as hell now. That's not the same briefcase that they were using originally.
The original one that they used got like damaged to the point where they couldn't even open it?
It might have been.
I don't know. Now I can't.
But it was like a legit Halliburton. This thing looks like a laptop case.
Now I really can't get my coke out. So somebody...
I gotta call a locksmith, baby.
So he wants the briefcase. And Deborah's like, I don't know if I should give you the briefcase. And he's like, give me the goddamn briefcase, woman. And so she kind of like turns her back and's like, whatever, throws it over her head.
It goes right to Jarrett. It was a perfect throw. A perfect throw.
I think if she tried that again, she wouldn't have been able to do it.
No, I agree. I mean, this was... There are NFL quarterbacks in the league right now that couldn't make that throw.
Double J catches it. Mongo turns around, and Jeff Jarrett hits Mongo so fucking hard with that briefcase.
He hit the fucking shit out of him.
Right in the head. And Mongo fell like a ton of bricks. It was great. He walks and falls like Frankenstein.
That's a very good way to put it.
Double J goes for the cover. The referee he's fine. He can cover. 1, 2, 3. Double J wins 8 minutes and 12 seconds.
Oh, we in the South. Yeah. All right, Double J. God, and here's the thing. I like flashing Double J in WWF. He had his charm. And Chosen won Double J later in WCW. He was in over his head, but he had his charm. Don't piss me off. Mid-card Jarrett in WWF had his charm. Double J here in this WCW run with the stupid outfit and whatnot, it was just horrible. It just, the whole damn time it sucked. I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah. Bobby the Brain Heenan has the line of the night. Mongo is out cold after the match, and Brain goes, well, usually you see him like this at 4:30 in the morning, but not this early.
That's a shoot, brother. Jesus.
Yeah, he was face down in the at the breakfast, the brunch.
Party time Sunday night, baby.
Did the 8th match of the evening. It's a San Francisco death match.
How is that different than any other death match?
It's not. The Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, comes out of here with Jacqueline and Jimmy Hart. That pint-sized messiah.
Tremendous.
And he is taking on Chris Benoit and Woman. Yes. Her outfit is lovely tonight.
The pants, my God. Just I'm mesmerized.
I guess they really wanted to do a intergender match, but they couldn't for some reason.
Were there like rules like by the California Athletic Commission?
Maybe WCW's rules? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like they wanted to do a mixed tag here, but they couldn't for whatever. Yeah, and yeah, maybe it was a Turner thing.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a decent
no
theory.
man on woman violence or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though we got a little bit, but
you get a little bit later in the match. Yeah.
So instead of the women just being on the outside, they put the leather strap around each other's wrists, and they're going to fight each other too.
Yeah. So the women are strapped together. The guys aren't. I'm not quite sure how that worked out. But
we get 2 matches for 1, baby.
Yeah, it's kind of what it is. By the way, but before we get to the nuts and bolts of the match, the heels that Jacqueline and Woman are wearing and fighting in, quite impressed.
I was very impressed that neither of them turned an ankle during this match.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Especially wearing heels in a wrestling ring, which looks like their heels basically make an impression into the mat.
Yeah. There's a little give there.
Yeah. That's
parent of 21-in-1 Undertaker guy and Foot Locker guy desperately want Jackie and Woman to come fight in front of them.
Yes, they do.
They're waving them over. It's hilarious.
Come on down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they start their cat fight, and Benoit and Sullivan start their fight as well. I've seen better from these two guys.
Yeah, this is a rehash of at least 3 other matches that they have done in the past 8 months. The only difference is you got the women fighting at ringside at the same time.
Benoit goes to the top rope. Taskmaster tosses him off. They go out of the ring. Woman lifts the strap up Sullivan's crotch. So crotches him with the strap. That was good.
Yes, that's like the opposite of taking the strap down, putting the strap up.
Right. The northern strap. The
northern strap.
Jackie whips Chris Benoit with the belt as well.
Yep.
Here was something that was a little I didn't really like this one, but Taskmaster hangs Chris Benoit over the top rope with
Jesus.
Yikes. But then Jackie kicks Chris Benoit right in the nuts, field goal.
Yeah, eat shit, Benoit. Enjoy that.
Woman clotheslines.
If she would have kicked him a little harder, maybe we would have avoided a little further tragedy. You ever think about that shit? Y'all had your chance to avoid, tragedy down the road. Y'all didn't do your job. Bad job on you, Sullivan.
Yikes. I've seen some videos. Somebody posted some old videos of Kevin, that pint-sized Messiah, when he was in Florida with the what was her name? The Angel, the Fallen Angel, or something like that.
Fallen Angel.
Oh yeah. Ooh boy.
All the way live.
All the way. All right, they leave the ring, they start fighting in the entryway. The women are in the fight in the ring. We get a split screen because why not?
Yeah, we're going to the split screen for this. That's kind of funny.
They go backstage a little bit. There's an area that's already cordoned off, and Doug Dillinger and crew are blocking off the fans to give them some room.
Oh, okay.
Dusty says that they are ragtagging going on in the ring right now.
Oh, they be ragtagging, Tony.
Sullivan body slams Benoit on the maintenance cart.
Yes, they did.
Very gently, though.
Yeah.
They're throwing trash cans very gently as well. I think there was a point where, Benoit did something to Sullivan and hit the wall or something, but it looked like he didn't do anything. And so, he didn't get him. He didn't get him with his full force.
Yeah, he got some of it. He didn't get all of it.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like when they do that, they're going to run it off.
So they didn't stay back there. They now go back to the ring. Now, they didn't do what Shane Douglas did, where they went up into the crowd, thank God. But they...
cut the damn music.
They get... Shane Douglas survived the atomic blast from Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and he's here in the ECW arena to defend his title. Benoit is put in the tree of woe. He is kicked. Little mini double stomp by Kevin Sullivan. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. That was nice.
Woman whip Taskmaster. Benoit hits a pile driver out of nowhere.
I like Benoit's pile driver. He didn't use it that often. It was always good.
He goes under the ring for a table. Dusty says, "Oh, the public enemy, they left the plunder. They left the table here.
They left some plunder."
It's not a table that looks... It's a thick table, okay?
Yeah, this looks like it's got a little more beef to it.
It's not one of those ones where it's, it's pre-cut or thin. All right, we're going to see how this goes. So Sullivan is put on the top rope. Sullivan's put on the table. Chris Benoit goes to the top rope. Jackie tries to tell Benoit no. She jumps on Sullivan to block, and Benoit jumps on the table. The table does not give.
At all.
No.
None.
Like, not even a little bit.
Nope.
All 3 people slide off the table and are dead.
Pretty much.
Benoit somehow covers the Taskmaster. 1, 2, 3. 8 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah. Like you said, they've done better. The novelty of these two fighting around the arena has kind of worn off. I said the only thing different was the girls were strapped together, and that wasn't good.
They fought in a restroom, for God's sake, while people were there in it.
While a lady was in the man's restroom.
In the man's restroom.
There's a lady in the man's restroom. All-time classic Dusty Rhodes call. I mean, if you put Dusty Rhodes commentary calls in a museum, you could only pick one. It had to be that one.
Either that or he's got a bicycle. or he's wobble-legged.
He wobble-legged. He laid his own tight ass
out. He wobble-legged him.
Oh, jeez.
Which, speaking of which, I think I saw last night on the Time Hop. I think 1 year ago, Time Limit Draw, you probably, you subtweeted Cody Rhodes saying, "What's your favorite call on a wrestling?" Or, da-da-da. And you put, he laid his own tight ass out. He wobble-legged him. So all three people are still dead in the ring.
Yeah, like Woman's the only one that's up.
She's freaking out. She's like, Chris! She doesn't scream Chris.
Chris! Rick! Chris!
The referees are like, what the hell do we do?
I'm thinking of the Flair Giant Sting Luger tag match with Johnny.
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Ah! Wow! Rick! Oh man, God, that was so funny.
So what's Arn Anderson doing out here? He just looks onto them and then disapproval. Like he's so mad.
Arn doesn't look like he's been at the golf course.
No, he doesn't look like he's been at the bar either.
But he's got like a long sleeved button up shirt that's half unbuttoned. Like it's not like the top two buttons are unbuttoned. It's like he's got 3 or 4 buttons unbuttoned. It was like he was sitting in the back drinking beer, but it was getting comfortable. I mean, like maybe he popped the belt.
Right.
Yeah, like the top 3 buttons are unbuttoned. I think he's got a walkie-talkie.
As the night goes on, he's just gonna let it go all the way unbuttoned.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep it on. Like I say, maybe his pants buttons undone. Maybe he's unzipped a little bit. Maybe he's just eating a little too much.
Shoes start getting untied.
Yeah, just getting comfortable. Shit.
I'm 1 foot in the bed right now, baby. It don't matter. The next person to come down to the ring is "This ain't me," Paul Orndorff.
This was a Pearl Harbor job because I wasn't expecting this at all.
I wasn't expecting him either. I thought he was.
Yeah, like I understand, Double A. He's part of the Horseman. He's with Benoit. What's Orndorff doing?
I don't know. Didn't they? I thought they pile drove him out of the wrestling business.
I thought they did too. So why is Orndorff down there? Unless they think he's got he's got a broken neck. So and Orndorff's like yelling at the referees like, "This ain't me. This is driving me up a wall."
Well, if Orndorff...
Who am I?
If Orndorff fucking boggled your mind, why the hell's Lee Marshall down there?
Wearing white pants. Why is Lee Marshall wearing white pants? Then you got the fucking Red Rooster shows up. I mean, this is like the worst Royal Rumble of all time.
With Terry Taylor, can we be sure that it's Stan Lane's kid? It's not Terry Taylor's kid, is Lauren Boebert?
Now, that's a fair point. What was Terry Taylor doing in January of 1986?
Sure, he had
or March of 1986.
He had a few hens, that Rooster did.
You ain't lying.
They're all still down. And
what's Buddy Landell doing in 1986?
Lee Marshall's yelling, "Get a stretcher! Get a stretcher!" Lee Marshall's yelling at Paul. "Paul, get some help down here." They get 3 stretchers. Finally, down on the mat. I think they were down on the mat longer than they had the match.
Yeah.
They finally get the stretchers, and then they take them away. We get an uncensored.
How did Woman not come out of that top during the match?
I was wondering
about
about that during the match.
Jesus Christ.
Because there was a part when she and Jackie were fighting, and I think she had to adjust something.
Adjust a little bit, yeah.
So they finally get him down to the ambulances. We already have ambulances. Jackie and Taskmaster get in. Undertaker's driving his. "Where to, Sullivan?"
Chris!
And Benoit's ambulance, instead of the siren, is just Woman screaming Chris's name.
Yeah, there you go.
So they drive off. There you go. Yeah, that was that. I don't know what follows that up, but sure, whatever. They both better not be on Nitro tomorrow night.
I would hope not.
We get an uncensored promo with Hugh Morris, who's behind bars.
Should he like really be behind bars?
Yes. If you want to. He should be behind bars for calling himself General Rection. Not Major Rection. Come on.
Major Stash.
Oh, it was Major Stash. That's right. I always forget. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up the Misfits in Action gimmicks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
And finally, we get the NWO theme. The original, the OG, the Godfather.
And the crowd goes crazy.
Yes, because this is what they wanted to see.
This is what I wanted
Hells
to see.
to the Outsiders, Hall, Nash, and Syxx Pac coming down to the ring.
And they're wearing their official NWO merch. Wait a minute. That's not NWO merchandise. They're doing guerrilla marketing again.
And it's not for a strip club or a tattoo parlor or a bar or a gym. It's Aztecas, which looks very similar to the NWO shirt. I will say that.
It does. If you're not paying attention, you're just looking away. You see the black shirt with the white outline. You're like, oh, okay.
And the Aztecas, I looked it up. It's the logo for Promo Azteca, which was founded in 1995. It was defunct in 1998. It was started by Fuerza Guerrera, who is I think he was in WCW for a little bit, but it was overtaken by Conan and somebody named Jorge Rojas the following year in 1996.
Yeah, thanks, K-Dog.
So that was their insurrection to take over, I guess. Capital Combat.
Yeah, I guess it worked. Nobody got charged for it. Life imitates art.
And Promo Azteca, I believe they're the company that basically was feeding luchadors to WCW.
There was something going on with that.
So I'm going to say this. Promo Azteca sought to become the third national wrestling promotion in Mexico with support of Television Azteca, the country's second largest television network. However, WCW eventually withdrew its support and banned luchadors under WCW contract from working for Promo Azteca. Promo Azteca was unable to recover from the loss and closed doors in 1998.
Deregulate luchadors from Azteca.
They had their own, by the way, they had their own version of the NWO.
Oh, really? They ripped it off?
I think so. God, that's a long list of, wow. Okay, don't go on that page. There's a ton of, they put their entire list of male wrestlers. Past, present, and future.
Future?
No, I guess, well, not any.
The company was out of business.
Not anymore. I didn't mean that.
Present? Hall flicks the toothpick at the camera, but then mugs because he has another toothpick behind his other ear.
Certainly does.
Good stuff. Why does the Giant still get the green font and the green lights?
Yeah, but no Dungeon of Doom music. It's just silence.
No music at all.
Did he get pyro? I forgot.
I thought he got pyro.
Here's the hilarious thing. Tonight we find out that Dusty Rhodes cannot read or write. He thought their shirt said Alcatraz.
You see what they got on his chest right there? Alcatraz. Is that Alcatraz? No. I'm just testing y'all. Y'all are looking over there. What is that? Tony, I can't read or write, Yeah, well, I'm trying to make a point that Alcatraz is on their minds.
They got Alcatraz, Tony.
They go, Alcatraz? What are you talking about? So it's supposed to be a tag team match for the tag team titles. However, it's a handicap match for the tag team titles.
Because Lex got his hand broken or something on a Nitro a couple of weeks back, and he is not cleared to wrestle.
He's got a cast,
yes.
So we'll never, we don't know. We're probably not going to see him tonight.
And just throw this out. The last time we did a pay-per-view where a guy was injured and may come to help his tag team partner, the most hilarious thing of all time happened, so we'll see if that happens here tonight.
So Giant is 25 years old here.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast he was. You're not going to believe this, but Scott Hall wins paper, rock, scissors against Kevin Nash to start the match first.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
What's his winning streak against Nash in paper, rock, scissors?
It might be something we have to ask.
It might be.
Hey, big man. You guys keeping records for that?
We know a guy, yeah.
So bell rings, toothpick shot to the Giants. Hall mocks the Giant as well. He does the The Frankenstein walk as well.
The Frankenstein big goof walk. Yes!
But Giant gets pissed off. He lifts up and tosses Hall.
I like the claw.
Yes, he does a claw. Yeah.
He does the claw, and Hall sells it like it's the Von Erichs back in Texas. And he's like out in 2 seconds.
Now, is Tony drunk here as he calls Dusty Rhodes, he calls Bobby the Brain Heenan Dream by mistake.
Yeah, he just got worked up. He was confused.
And Bobby the Brain goes, no, I'm the one on the left.
That's nice.
Hall has had enough of this. Scott Hall spits in the Giant's face. How dare he?
Ooh.
And Bobby Heenan goes, shades of Sandy Alomar.
Oh, that's a nice reference.
But
that was a very nice reference.
It's Roberto Alomar that did that.
And that's
and Tony.
I wonder if he meant to mess it. I bet he meant to mess it.
Tony corrects him. He goes, "That's Roberto," and Heenan goes, "Close enough."
Yeah,
all y'all look alike. Nash does Too Sweet, and Dusty Rhodes goes, "Well, he must be a Longhorns fan."
I missed that. Damn it!
It's all Giant right now. He is cleaning house on Hall and Nash. He drop kicks Nash out of the ring.
That was awesome. Young Big Show was amazing.
He picks up Nash and puts him spine first into the post. And Tony says it's nothing but iron.
Solid steel. I thought it was steel.
Iron.
They always told me it was a steel post.
It's supposed to be a steel. He says it's nothing but iron.
That's the best place. That is the hardest place you can find. That ring will not move. That ring post is nothing but iron.
All right.
Syxx is here. He's got his cruiserweight belt. He goes off the top rope with the belt shot to the Giant, who kind of no-sells it, but...
Kinda, yeah.
And then a big boot by Nash and a bulldog by Hall, and goes down, only gets a 2 count. That bulldog looked a little odd and strange.
Yeah, well, it's your bulldog and the Giant down. It's gonna look a little odd.
I gotcha. Oh yeah, because he had to jump up a little higher than normal.
Yeah.
We get a Luger chant.
They want the package.
Everybody wants the package. They work over the Giant. Giant is leaning across the second rope, and Syxx totally whiffed on a karate kick on the Giant's face.
Yeah, he totally missed it.
The Giant fires back. Syxx goes off the top rope. He catches Syxx and tosses Syxx at Nash, and they both go down.
That was fun.
Belt shot by Scott Hall. Nash hits the power bomb. Holy shit.
But Hall has the cruiserweight belt. Hello. Oh my.
He's still standing though.
He's still standing.
He's still on his feet.
Can you believe it? The belt would not put him down.
Watch this. Can he get him up? Can he get the Giant up? The biggest man in professional sports today. Watch this. Watch this. He powerbombed him. Yes. He powerbombed the Giant. Nash hurt his back. Nash has hurt his back doing that powerbomb on the Giant. I bet he's tore his whole sacroiliac.
You may be right.
He went down as soon as the Giant did. Oh, man.
They're standing everywhere.
The place goes bonkers for it now. Blame
and they're
him.
all down. Even Nash. Out comes Lex Luger in his plaid shirt and his cast. And Bischoff comes down and tells him no. And Bischoff gets fucking tossed to the side and he eats shit.
Yeah, it gets thrown to the rail. That's great. Real quick on the powerbomb. I'm just glad to see that Nash didn't kill him this time.
I was wondering about that as well.
Instead of going to Attica, maybe they'll send him to Alcatraz since they're in town. So
we got everybody at Alcatraz tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Luger looks like he raided Conan's closet with that plaid shirt, that plaid flannel shirt,
or Big Josh's once again. There we go.
Or perhaps Big Josh. Yeah. Wasn't Buffalo?
No,
plaid,
because it's not the red. It was the green. So what's the green called?
I don't know.
Evergreen plaid? I don't know.
Maybe timber plaid? I don't know.
Lex gets up on the apron. All you have to do is tag me. Tag me. He hot tags him. Lex comes in, kills all three.
He bounces off the ropes and punches Giant in the face. No, that actually doesn't happen.
I wish. That would. You know what's funny? I was actually expecting a turn, but not yet. But he kills all three members of the NWO. He puts Nash up in the rack, I think.
Puts Nash in the rack,
Big rack, the giant rack. And Mark Curtis goes nuts, and he says that Nash gave up. And the Giant and Lex win. And then the Giant chokeslams Hall and covers Hall just to make sure. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Because, hey, if Luger's not cleared, I have to get a pinfall here. So
Exactly. Covers all bases. 8 minutes and 53 seconds.
You're not going to believe this, but they stripped one of the titles the next night. So that's 2 pay-per-views in a row now. The Outsiders have jobbed and then got the belts back the next night. Which is hilarious because Michaels always did it the other way. He didn't get the belt back, but he didn't job.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was like the inverted Michaels.
That match, okay, entertaining. Not a good tag team match, obviously, because it wasn't really a tag team match.
No, it was entertaining as hell because you got to see everybody in the match is over. Everybody got their shit in. The heels got to be heels. The baby faces got the big comeback, and they won the match. To forget about the booking the next night on the whole for the night, that's a fun match.
Everybody goes home happy from that.
Yeah, you need a happy moment considering what we're about to get in this main event.
Oh boy, eighth match, ninth match.
I lost count. I thought it felt like there were about 20 matches on this fucking show.
This is the 10th match of the show. 12 if you count the 2 dark matches.
Yeah, the alleged main event.
Okay, but by the way, also we didn't see anybody in the crowd doing the rack to each other.
That's too bad because we're getting close to the target time frame of fans in the crowd doing the rack.
WCW title match. This is the main event. The NWO theme. No Voodoo Child just yet, I believe.
No, he wasn't using Voodoo Child at this point.
This is still early. Hogan comes.
Even if he was, they would have dubbed it over on the network, but they weren't using it at this point yet. That wasn't till the summer.
Hogan comes out. Vincent comes out. DiBiase comes out.
In fact, hang on a second. Was the Rodman episode the first time they used Voodoo Child?
You know what? I think you might be correct.
I might have been the first time they used it.
I think you might be correct.
Nevertheless, the World Heavyweight Champion's coming down to the ring with his entourage.
Vincent, of note, is wearing a black NWO shirt with the NWO logo is like in the pocket on the left side, and the logo's on the back.
I don't remember seeing
I don't think they've ever... I don't even know if they sold that to the public. Couldn't have.
Highly unlikely.
And he is taking on Dirty Roddy Piper.
You dirty lion.
Freaky
Scottish dog.
Scottish dog.
Yeah, so Piper's still wearing the same clothes that he was wearing with the pipe shirt that's all torn up, and he looks like he hasn't showered in a month.
Looks like he hasn't slept in a week.
And Heenan even says, "What's that smell?"
Yes, I can smell it from here.
What is that smell? Is that Piper? Oh, man. Hasn't shaved or bathed and,
So good. So good.
Love it.
Camera catches the sparkly grandma again.
Yes.
Pre-match shenanigans. Hogan spits on the kilt. Was the kilt in the crowd?
Oh, I don't know.
He stole the kilt back from the crowd. He spits on it and then throws it toward the ring.
Door.
Shivani says he's muttering. That Piper's muttering in Gaelic here.
Oh, he's doing that? Okay. Yeah, the battle is not over until you get home.
If you like nut shots, rakes to the back, pokes to the eye, I don't even think we saw a body slam in this match.
This match is embarrassingly bad. This might be the worst main event we've ever done on this show. It's horrible. It's not long. That's the one good thing about it.
It's 11 minutes, but it's just them going back and forth. It's all Piper. Low blows. He bites. He bites Hogan a bunch too.
He bites, yeah.
Eye pokes. Like, people like it. You know, they're laughing, but it's like...
He boxes the ears at one point.
Boxes the ears. The 80s offense.
It's horrible.
Michael Wall Street comes down here and he tries...
Oh, no.
Yeah. And Piper punches him. He punches Vincent. He gets an...
Is he Michael Wall Street at this point?
Or is it M Wall Street?
Or is it VK Wall Street?
Oh, you know what? It might be VK.
They called him Michael Wall Street at one point. But I know he was still going by VK. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. We've already spent too much time talking about it.
Considering that he's crashed the market a bunch of times, he had to change his name obviously a few times to evade the authorities.
Yeah, very good point. The York Foundation under SEC investigations.
Y'all know who can't beat the SEC. Eye pokes, crotches Hogan, Savage and Sting come down.
So Savage I think like his contract had legitimately expired. And there was big rumors that he was going to be the mystery partner at Survivor Series a few months prior. Didn't happen. He wound up re-signing with WCW, showed up at the beginning of the Chicago Nitro of 3 weeks prior to this and threatened to hold the show hostage until he got Bischoff or Hogan or whatever it was. I don't remember what it was. Sting winds up coming out talks him off the ledge. A la the same way Lex told Sting, back in the day, let's go get a hot dog. Sting told Savage, let's go get a hot dog. And they left together. Exactly. So then they hung out together in the rafters for a couple of weeks, leading to this moment here.
So they watch the match from the entryway. There's a giant "We Want Sting" chant. So Sting's like, I got to get out of here because I'm taking away heat from the match.
Yep.
And so Sting starts walking away, and Macho Man's like, I'm going to go down to the ring. And so Sting's like, okay, whatever, dude.
Yep.
They're back in the ring, and Macho Man's now at ringside. They do, Piper and Hogan start fighting each other from their knees, but no,
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Heenan says
Did Michael Buffer do the introductions for this match?
He did not.
I didn't think so.
Heenan says that Piper calls for Piper to be a man, but that's what Macho Man telling Hogan.
Yes.
So finally, they're going to put us out of our misery. Piper puts the sleeper hold on Hogan, and Hogan goes down. He gets off his legs. He goes down to the mat, and the referee raises the arms once. It falls. Twice, it falls. Third time it falls, Roddy Piper wins. Or does he?
We have a new World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, the bell rings, but unfortunately, Savage...
Right? Yeah.
Savage puts the knucks in Hogan's hand.
Well, Savage pulls Hogan to the ropes first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets knucks, and Hogan stands up, punches Piper with the knucks, and now he covers 1, 2, 3. The referee counts it, and now Hogan wins. I'm sorry, what's going on here?
Jesus Christ. How fucking stupid was this?
Shivani tries to make the save by saying, well, no, they don't show the replay, by the way. So, Hogan's feet were under the ropes. No, they weren't.
And they don't do a good job of laying out that Savage is the one that pulled him under the ropes after the fact. And they don't show, like, the referee having running through the logic of this. Like, the camera's on the floor the whole time behind Savage. And you kind of see, Mark Curtis raise Piper's hand, then see you don't even know if he actually looks over and sees Hogan's feet under the ropes. He just says, no, we got to restart the match.
I have no clue.
And part of the reason this, if you weren't paying attention, Mark Curtis refereed the last 3 matches.
Yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah.
He did all 3. He did the Benoit Sullivan match because he rolled his eyes at the pinfall, which was a hilarious visual that we didn't talk about. And then he did the Outsiders match, and he did this one. So he did 3 matches in a row. So WCW has put a tired official in the main event. That's poor man.
Where was Nick Patrick? Was he already knocked out?
He's already with the NWO.
Okay, so he can't.
And Pee Wee Anderson's fired.
Oh, that's right.
So they've only got 3 referees working the show. But you had Dickinson and Mickey J. You can have one of them do one of these other matches. Come on. I mean, if I'm in the main event, I want Mark Curtis doing my matches too because he's the best. He's the best guy. But they did not do a good job filming this finish. Not that it was a good finish anyway, but the WCW production values of it take even more away.
Yes, that's correct. So Macho Man gets
finish.
In the ring. He's got knucks. He hits Piper. So obviously Macho Man is now turned on WCW or the world, and he has joined NWO for some godforsaken reason.
Which makes no sense given everything they did to him last year.
Right, they sprayed him with yellow paint, right?
Yeah, but I think if I remember right, like he and Liz get back together the next night on Nitro, with the implication being that, hey, we can make this happen if you join the NWO.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Which of course leads to the big DDP Savage feud, which carried the show for the rest of the year, basically.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that you could be with Liz again, and
it was stupid.
Yeah, so Heenan, all he says is, "Oh no."
Yeah, because at one point early in the show, Heenan said, "Yeah, I got no problem with the NWO. It's just Hogan."
Yeah, but now it's Macho. Elbow drop from the top, leg drop on Piper, more elbow drops, about 3 elbow drops, or 2 elbow drops and 3 leg drops.
They spray paint him.
11 minutes, 32 seconds.
Hogan talks to the camera
multiple times. That was for the Brotherhood, he says. Okay, all right. Go on. Which Brotherhood are you talking about? Dedicate this to the Outsiders.
It's for JC Ice and Wolfie D.
Second elbow drop. Hogan to the camera again. Ted DiBiase talks to the camera. He says, NWO for life. Do we ever fail to surprise you?
Yes.
Yeah, I did right now.
What a garbage.
Hogan says, who's gonna stop us now? And he plays the guitar on the belt, and it goes to fades to black.
Go to the credits. What a shit
What
show.
an awful way to end a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was not good.
There's some good matches, then there's some garbage. But what are you going to do?
Yep.
What are you going to do?
It's 97 WCW. What do you
can
expect?
you do? There's got a lot of people that we like, and there's a lot of shitty endings that we don't like. So,
Yep.
whatever. How do the fans get a hold of us if they would like to?
Tweet us at the TLD Podcast. Email us at what's our the TLD Podcast at gmail.com. There you go.
That was Superbrawl VII, 1997. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, whatever you may do. Stan Lane. We'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure that out. And I am a dirty rat, James Rhyme.
And I'm a gangster love. I'm Mikey Watson. We'll do this in a few weeks right here on Time Limit Draw on the After Dark Podcast Network.
And Mongo's asleep here.
He got, oh, God, he's out.
He's out. Yeah, that's a shame. And
usually you seem like this around 4:30 in the morning.
we have a
Not
new.
this early.
We have a
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.